Look what you did, you little jerk!
Welcome back, Jerk Faces, to another brand new episode of the Circle of Jerks podcast. And yeah, it's been a little bit of a while, but we are back here. We're recording, and we're going to be nerding out with our favorite honorary member, Eric, talking about. We're going to be talking about some movies, and mainly we're going to be talking about our favorite actors. This was a much more difficult endeavor than I expected it to be.
Yeah, much more than the top 5 movies that we did a while back.
Oh yeah, that was a lot easier.
Fun.
That was
fun.
That was kind of hard too, though.
Yeah.
But this was harder.
This was much harder.
Because we're focusing on like individual actors and performances, and
I was like you, Andy. I couldn't come up with any.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had so many that I.
Because the idea for this episode, came, in our group chat, we just kind of like spitballing ideas, like, who's your like top five favorite whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, when you start to think about it, it's like, dang, who is?
Oh yeah, and we've because we've been doing like a little bit of these fun exercises, like our favorite movie scenes, our favorite line, stuff like that.
Which sidebar, our group chat in and of itself should be a podcast.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Or like a blog or something.
Honestly, that should be like a blog. Or like we should have like a special show just dedicated to our.
I've lost so much sleep because of you guys.
Yeah, same here. It's like, oh crap, it's 1 a.m. But I had to go to work in a couple hours. But it's like, I gotta finish this conversation with Eric.
Exactly.
So anyways, so the premise today, guys, and for you guys that are watching, these are our lists. So it might not match up with you, but that's okay. We want to hear what your favorite top 5 favorite dead actors and living actors. Now, today we're focusing solely on leading men, so actors that have been in leading roles, that have been like the star. So no character actors, like so Dennis Hopper.
No girls allowed.
Yeah, no girls allowed, because the list would be so much longer, because there's a lot of great actresses too. And no character actors, so like so you fans of Dennis Hopper or Sam Jackson or Christopher Walken, we'll save those guys for another time, because that's a whole nother list of great actors there too.
Yeah.
So we're sticking strictly to leading men, and trust me, that was very hard for us to do.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you guys out there, you come up with your list and share them with us, and we're gonna share our list. It is solely our opinion. These are who we think the best, some of our favorite leading men are. So who wants to start?
Clockwise? I mean, we usually start with Andy, right?
Okay. Yeah, I can.
You want to start?
Yeah, I can. Sure.
And are these in like any particular order? Because I couldn't.
Dude, that's Sophie's choice.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
It's Sophie's choice.
Although I do have a resolute number 1.
I think I do too, but like I've been questioning that recently.
Okay. Mine is unwavering.
I already know.
We already know.
Eric was taking his shirt off before, just thinking about him.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll start with dead actors, since that's how I started the list. But in no particular order. Steve McQueen.
Oh yeah.
Charlton Heston. Alec Guinness.
Oh okay.
Yeah. Peter O'Toole.
He was a contender of mine.
Yeah, and then because it was brought up in the chat, but I couldn't. I was thinking about it. It's like, how could I not have it on my list? So Toshira Mufune.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I think that's already like Toshimofune. I think is in all 3 of our lists.
Maybe, so, probably. And then quick honorable mentions: Kirk Douglas, and here's a dark horse candidate, Roy Scheider.
Oh yeah, that's right. He is dead. He was
Jaws
in
guy?
French Connection, and I remember him from French Connection. But yeah, he was in Jaws.
Yeah,
that's okay.
And he was in 2010, the year that we made content, the sequel to 2001: Space Odyssey.
Was he? I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, he's actually did a good job in that one.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job.
Interesting.
Remind me, because I'm not super familiar with Peter O'Toole. Mm-hmm. Like, what has he been
played
in?
Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
I always forget his name.
Yeah.
Peter O'Toole, he's great.
Yeah.
Lawrence of Arabia is a great movie.
It is.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
And have you watched Venus? It came out. He was old. I think that might be one of his last movies.
Like the only him old is the only one I could think of is Troy. where he played King.
That's right.
Yeah, he played King Priam.
Yeah. With Brad Pitt, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
He was in that?
Yeah, he played the King of Troy.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's
he delivered a really good performance there too.
Yeah, he's pretty badass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we have some similarities here. I had Charlton Heston on kind of on my list as well. I have some.
Wait, are we gonna go through dead and then?
We'll go through our dead ones first, then we'll go to our living actors.
Okay.
So Toshimofune is on my list too. Obviously Eric has got me into watching a lot of these old Japanese movies, and Toshimofune, even outside of his like non-samurai stuff, the guy is just brilliant. He's a brilliant actor. And then I actually just watched a movie that he was in, later in his career, where it was titled Red Sun, starring Charles Bronson and Toshimofune. It was an American film. And yeah, he had a little bit of an accent, but he was brilliant in that too. Obviously, he was playing a samurai, so he's a little bit, kind of in his comfort zone.
He's within his wheelhouse.
Yeah, but you look at some of the roles I've seen him in outside of the his samurai roles, like High and Low, which is also a Kurosawa film.
Mm-hmm.
He as kind of that executive. He has that same like kind of he really commands the screen.
Yeah, he has that presence.
Yeah, he's one of the few. Kurosawa he's one of those guys where it's like he's very controlling. But Mifune, you got this, man. Like he let him do whatever he wanted because he trusted him. He's become one of my favorite actors. I love watching anything he's in.
And that relationship parallels so many other great director-actor relationships, right? But it's an early on one. Yeah. Because they started in the 50s.
Yeah.
Kurosawa and Mifune.
Yeah. The first movie, I don't think it was their first one together, but Rashomon was the first one I watched with him in it, and he's really great. I guess honorable mention, as far as Japanese actors go, to be Takeshi Shimura, who is in like Ikiru. He's a star in that one.
Oh
he's the lead
great.
samurai in Seven Samurai.
Yep.
He's the professor in Godzilla.
Yeah,
he's in so many great movies too. He's brilliant. I didn't have him on my list, but he's definitely an honorable mention.
Yeah.
So I have Humphrey Bogart is another one of my favorite actors. Okay. Obviously, he stars in my all-time favorite movie, Casablanca. He's in The Roaring Twenties. He's in African Queen. Kind of died young too. Like he died in his late 40s, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he died.
What did he die of?
I think he had like a heart attack or something like that. So he
hard living.
He was part of the Rat Pack too. So so it makes sense. That,
only makes sense.
Yeah, but no, he's been in he's that kind of that leading tough guy. Like he's in he's one of those icon. When you think of Hollywood, like the golden age of Hollywood, you had to have Humphrey Bogart on that list. He's so good.
Yeah.
I have Jimmy Stewart on my list. So Jimmy Stewart, I was doing some research on him because I've been watching a lot of his movies recently. We did for Christmas we did a review of It's a Wonderful Life, which is a brilliant movie.
It's a good movie.
It really is good.
Yeah.
We've done
it wasn't appreciated in its time, but through the subsequent decades, people have been finding a new appreciation for it.
Yeah.
It's the holiday.
Really,
feel good.
And it's not just to me, it's not like a prototypical Christmas. It's a dark movie.
Right.
There's that. And that's the thing with Jimmy Stewart. Everyone kind of thinks of him as the, kind of his earlier roles was like the aw shucks, Jimmy Stewart, where he's kind of the naive, young guy, like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, stuff like that. But as he got older and obviously after going through the war, World War II, he took on darker roles. Like, he starred in Vertigo and Rear Window. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of great westerns. He's been in over 80 movies.
Was he in To Kill a Mockingbird?
No, that was Gregory Peck. Also kind of an honorary mention on my list too. He's
mixed
great.
them up.
There's been a ton of movies that I haven't even seen yet. Like Once Upon a Time in the West, I haven't seen him in. Harvey, which was his personal favorite role. The Philadelphia Story. Winchester 73. I think a really underrated film of his is the FBI Story. He did that in 1959, and it's I don't know if we can call it a propaganda film, but it's kind of like a semi-documentary that J. Edgar Hoover picked him to play that role because he loved Jimmy Stewart, and he felt like he was because Jimmy Stewart was one of the characters playing in the movie, but he was also the narrator, and felt like he's a wholesome guy. I want him to be the face of this movie, right. And it's actually very, very good. Yeah, I mean, he fought in World War II. He fought in the Korean War. He even fought in Vietnam. Like he was he
was in the Air Force. Yeah, he was in like a reservist. He actually went all the way up to the rank of brigadier general in the Air Force.
Whoa.
Yeah, reservist, but still.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if I was gonna, my top 5 would be Humphrey Bogart, Jimmy Stewart, Toshimofune, Cary Grant, who is
I was considering him.
Yeah, he's on my list, and then I'm actually going to go with Lee Marvin. Lee Marvin is he
played on the list or honorable mention.
He's on the list. Okay. I'm putting because you kind of I had Charlton Heston too. Obviously he's great. Right, yeah. October 4th guy. Can't go wrong there.
Sorry, can we go through? Let's get Humphrey Bogart, Toshima Mufune, Charlton Heston, Jimmy Stewart,
and Lee Marvin. Yeah. Nice. I love The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. To me it's a near perfect movie. He's great as Liberty Valance. But the role that really got me with Lee Marvin was The Professionals, which is another Western that he's in. He's also in the Wild One. With Marlon Brando. Yeah. But no, he's just he's a good actor. Like he has that like kind of like that
he's a
tough
manly
voice.
Man.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I think he's been in like Paint Your Wagon, which I think was a disaster for him.
It's a musical, but it's like it somehow oddly works.
Isn't Clint Eastwood in that too?
Yeah, Clint Eastwood's
in that. Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I had to see it. Like,
he's kind of a predecessor to Steve McQueen, like the prototype.
Yeah.
Steve McQueen
well, because
Lee Marvin.
Yeah. Because I had,
I always saw him as that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because I wanted to do something a little bit different than Andy, because I have Steve McQueen on my list too. Because he was for a time he was the highest paid. He was the star that everyone wanted. He was the highest paid actor in Hollywood up until his death in 1980. Also, kind of a premature early death. Let's see, who else did I had Marlon Brando kind of on the list too, and then Kirk Douglas. Kirk Douglas has been in so many great movies.
That's honorable mention for me.
Yeah, honorable mention. Like he's in. Obviously a lot of people know him from like Spartacus, but I highly recommend Ace in the Hole. He's a reporter that he's kind of like in this. He's kind of kicked out of this like high big city newspaper. And he goes to this podunk town that there's nothing going on, and he starts working for the newspaper. And there's a mining incident that he ends up starting to cover, and he starts to manipulate like what the news and like what's going on, and puts this guy that's trapped in the mine in danger for the sake of like his own glory, which is something we'll have to do in the future. Is movie versus movie is Ace in the Hole and Nightcrawler. Because they're kind of the same like theme going on with those two.
Okay.
And also another great actor, Jake Gyllenhaal. He's been in a lot of good stuff too. But so Kirk Douglas definitely honorable mention. Those are So I honorable mention Kirk Douglas, Marlon Brando, Steve McQueen, Charlton Heston. Those are those are my honorable mentions. It's like honestly, I could have had 20 on.
I know, right?
And I'm pretty sure like I'm probably missing some other greats that I really like too. That I'm just
no, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, so many great actors.
Andy, I just were my notes. Peter O'Toole, Alec Guinness, Charlton Heston.
I mean, outside of like obviously like we know him mostly from like Star Wars, but like what other Alec Guinness roles do you really like? Because I'm not really super familiar with Alec Guinness's other work.
He was
the Obi-Wan. Right? Obi-Wan. I mean, that's kind of primary.
Which he hated.
Yeah, I know.
The fact
He
that
hated
that role.
he hated that role.
Yeah, he kind of resented being in that role.
Oh wow.
Even though it made him arguably more famous.
Yeah.
Because he was one of those super classically trained actors that is kind of he's like, but like this is he hated being known for that.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that role that it possibly could have gone to Toshiro Mufune?
Oh yeah. So George Lucas really wanted. He obviously. Star Wars is kind of based off of, it's inspired by Hidden Fortress.
Mm-hmm.
He loved Toshimofune, and honestly, like the movie I was talking about, Red Sun.
Yeah.
He's not a slouch in an English role. Like he was really good, and I think George Lucas obviously wanted to have him. That was the guy that he wanted to play as Obi-Wan, which would have been fantastic. I think that would have been, it would have been I think would have even been better than Alec Guinness. Now I'm not ashamed that we have Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah. Because that's how we know Obi-Wan.
Yeah. But as far as alternate casting goes, that would have been that could have changed the
Imagine that parallel universe.
Yeah, and that could have changed the entire trajectory of the Star Wars trilogy or franchise.
Yeah.
Because no way, if Toshiro Mifune was Obi-Wan Kenobi, no way he would have been killed off in the first movie.
Oh yeah, and I think that would have also made, because Mifune's career really, after him and Kurosawa kind of split up, his roles really kind of diminished, and he started playing like bit parts and stuff like that.
Right.
I think Red Sun was really his only starring role in America. Like he played in like some TV stuff, like he didn't, but he kind of fell off the map. Had he been in this, I think Mifune turned it down. He didn't feel like he would have fit well for the role.
Really? Who was his agent? I gotta this guy.
Well, I think it was Mifune didn't feel super confident about the role.
Maybe, yeah.
And he turned it down. But like knowing what we know now, Mifune would have been a big star here in America.
So the big thing beyond Star Wars, imagine the trajectory of Asian Americans in Hollywood.
Oh, 100%.
If he had done that. Because he wasn't a typecast like an Asian dude.
Yeah.
He had such gravitas and charisma that would stand up against any of the Western
actors. In Japan, like he's the guy. Like when you think think of Japanese actors, that's the guy I think of right away.
He's like I don't know, is he the Japanese Steve McQueen? Is he the Japanese Robert De Niro?
I think Mifune actually fills a lot of different roles.
Yeah,
because
he's so masculine too.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I think he has that range where he kind of like a little bit of De Niro.
Yeah,
he has the swagger of like McQueen. And
what year did Star Wars come out? The
1970,
episode 4,
7, I think.
77. And when did let's parallel that. Now we're kind of going off on a tangent, which is
fine.
Which is fine. Yeah.
Bruce Lee. Okay. When did Bruce Lee? What was his big move? Was it Game of Death, or would you say Enter the Dragon?
No. They never finished Game of Death, but Enter the Dragon was
probably his breakout role here.
Right.
Yeah,
right. He was already becoming kind of a star in China.
In China, yeah.
With movies like The Big Boss or.
I think of him like he ends up like nothing wrong with Bruce Lee, but he's a kind of like a one hit, not a one hit wonder, but like he's a one trick pony. Yeah.
One trick pony, exactly. He's a typecast.
Which there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Like, I think of John Wayne in that kind of same thing.
Yeah. Like, do we know what year Enter the Dragon was? Roughly.
76. I could look at it.
Right around the time that Star Wars came out.
Yeah, yes, maybe like a summer before.
Wow.
And I think Mifune would have been the better. Not that I'm like super into like I don't really care about like
70. We're all off 73.
Yeah, 73.
Yeah.
Okay, but Star Wars was 77.
Yeah. Because I'm not really a huge like I don't really care about like the race and gender like stuff like that. But like but thinking about that, it's like Mifune would have been a much better like frontman for for Asian actors.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, damn, dude, this guy's really good.
He's on a human level as just a man. Not that Bruce Lee wasn't that, but he was like you said, he was a one trick pony. He represented one type of
exactly where I think Mifune could play
became a stereotype where Mifune would have been just an amazing.
He can play in anything.
That blown open so many doors.
You want a thriller, he can be in it. You want a suspense film, he can be in it. You want an action film, he can be in it.
Yeah, very versatile.
What a shame. I mean, we've come leaps and bounds as Asian Americans.
I think now Mufune is starting to get more appreciated now. I've been watching a lot of his stuff recently. Like, I highly recommend the Mufune documentary.
I was just gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, it's so good.
That's so good.
They interview his son. They interview like some of the actors that like played with him.
Yeah.
They they talked to some of the people that knew Kurosawa really well. But it's a real shame that like I really wish that he had gotten what he deserved here in America, because he's such a great actor.
No, but I think his influences like felt very strongly. I mean, like even in Japanese actors like Ken Watanabe, like I do.
I do.
Even
I love Ken Watanabe.
The Last Samurai, his kind of lieutenant. I forget what the actor's name is. But him, like, oh my god, he is so Mufune. He has the total essence of Mufune.
Yeah, with that deep voice. He's like born to be a samurai.
Yeah. Oh, he's a master swordsman.
He really is.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So all those sword stuff that he did in like Last Samurai and that little brief thing he did in the Avengers Endgame. He's a master swordsman.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh no wonder. I mean, when in that scene, that awesome scene with the wooden swords in the rain. With Tom Cruise. Yeah, you can tell. Like,
that's so legit.
He's legit. Yeah.
That's
I love that movie.
Oh yeah,
it was good.
It was good. It's one of those movies you can watch over and over.
Yeah.
People shit on that movie a lot, but it's really good.
No, yeah.
Right, and I get it because like Ed Zwick was the one. He was directing, and you get kind of like the Glory vibes.
Yeah.
But it's like it still works.
Glory, right?
Yeah, he did Glory.
That's it is kind of set around the same time.
Yeah,
so
true.
That's true. Yeah.
God, Glory's
the same universe.
Actually, speaking of Glory, we'll be talking about that movie here in a little bit with my living actors.
Okay. So Matthew Broderick's on there? No, I'm just
no, of course. Come on,
the other guy. The other guy from the movie. Sorry, before we go on. I just want to make sure I keep track.
Let's see. Steve McQueen, Charlton Heston, Alec Guinness, Peter O'Toole, Toshiro Mufune.
Oh, Toshiro. Okay, cool.
Honorable mentions: Kirk Douglas and Roy Scheider.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna throw another on the honorable mention list. I'm gonna go Orson Welles too.
I was debating that
because he, Orson Welles obviously he's quite a character,
right?
He obviously everyone knows him from Citizen Kane. Which was, it's the best and worst thing that happened to him because nothing ever lived up to Citizen Kane, as much as he tried. But he's actually a really good actor. I mean, obviously he's a very large man, but he's kind of like he's definitely has an ego to him. But he's, I think he's great. There's a movie I highly recommend that also stars Charlton Heston. Is Touch of Evil. And suspend your disbelief a little bit because Charlton Heston plays a Mexican and he kind of looks like Groucho Marx in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, you could tell like they put on the bronzer and they darkened up his hair and like gave him like that thick like handlebar mustache.
Oh, but
he sounds like Charlton Heston.
But the billing is great. It's Charlton Heston, Orson Welles, and Janet Leigh. Who's Psycho, and she's much younger. She's very beautiful.
Tasty Slice.
Yeah, Tasty Slice for sure.
I was debating between that and
she was eye candy because like there was like a bunch of scenes of her like in like underwear, sexy lingerie in that movie. That's or at least up until the part like that we watched together. But
that's why Hitchcock chose her because he was always trying to get Grace Kelly back.
Grace Kelly was beautiful. Yeah.
I would say Orson Welles deserves to be on that list. Speaking of Orson Welles, they just came out with one of his old movies that they finally kind of finished editing together. It's on Netflix called what's it? It's something in the Wind. Other Side of the Wind.
With John
Huston. Also should be on this list too because he's great.
Did you guys watch Mank?
No, I have not seen it yet.
Who was
his Orson Welles is like
not assistant,
but like his writer. Like, he helped write the screenplay for Citizen Kane.
Yeah, I heard that's really good.
I've heard good things, so I gotta watch that.
Gary Oldman.
Jesus. Gary. maybe add him to my
okay. There we
mentions.
Go. Yes. But yeah, so like I said, all these guys are so great. Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando being on my honorable mention list. Movie that I don't think a lot of people watched, but definitely deserves to be watched is One-Eyed Jacks. It's the only time that he directed a film, and unfortunately, I kind of wish that they had given him
Brando,
more,
right?
Yeah, I wish they had given him more opportunities to direct because it's very it has its flaws, but it's really good. It's a great western. It's almost like it's kind of a beach movie because you see a lot of the coastal California coast.
Yeah.
It's kind of set up near like Monterey and stuff like that. It's a beautiful movie. It's a lot of fun.
Cool. I'll definitely check that out. That's on my list for sure.
Yeah,
my ever-growing list.
Yeah, well, it's free on Amazon right now. One-Eyed Jacks.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
Cool.
All right, so
all right, Eric,
my top 5 not alive is. How should I start this?
Come on, just go with number one.
No, you guys know who number one is. I told you my number one's on both lists.
Yeah.
He's alive in my heart. Toshira Mufune. We'll start with that since we've already talked about it.
What's your favorite role of his, by the way?
Toshira Mufune?
Yeah.
I would say Yojimbo.
Okay, yeah,
because that's I think the first one I saw him in and made the biggest impression.
So I cannot separate Yojimbo and Sandro from each other because Sandro is also really same character.
Yeah,
it initially was supposed to be a different story, but because Yojimbo was so damn popular, it's like okay, well we're gonna have him in this role again.
Yeah.
And so that he Kurosawa rewrote the script for Sandro to include the kind of the man with no name. Here comes Sandro Tsubaki, which is 30-year-old camellia flower.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the name he goes with in the sequel, but they're both very, very good.
Yeah, so Toshiro Mifune, obviously we've already covered a lot of him. So that one, and then Marlon Brando. He's on a lot of your honorable mentions. I don't know. I mean, I've recently watched Streetcar Named Desire.
I need to see that.
Yeah, me too.
It's so powerful.
Yeah,
I mean, he's so good in that. The charisma is just crazy. Like it just screams off the screen. And then obviously Godfather. Yeah. His role in that. Apocalypse Now. Island of Dr. Moreau. No, I'm just kidding.
Was he in that?
Yeah. Even Val Kilmer.
It's like one of the most panned movies.
Really? Oh, I kind of want to watch it now. Just
you have to watch it.
Yeah.
Just to
you
watch
have to for just so you understand like the jokes and the memes.
Now, was that one like a remake? Because I know there was like one that they did back
I think
in,
it was
40 or something like that.
I think there was a Doctor.
I feel like that was like a Universal like monster. Movie at some point,
well, I think that even the remake with the later Brando was a Universal movie too, or released under Universal.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If I'm remembering correctly.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's an interesting Universal story. You guys probably already know it. We'll come back to it. Remind me to talk about it.
All right.
Marlon Brando, obviously. What did he do here? Apocalypse, Godfather, On the Waterfront.
I need to see that. I need to see On the Waterfront. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, me too.
Last Tango in Paris. But I mean, his role in Streetcars, Stanley Kowalski was
okay. That's on my list.
So good. Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely a straight man, but
yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of ladies were after Marlon Brando.
He lived an interesting life, obviously.
Actually, going back to One-Eyed Jacks, the female lead, she I guess they had something going on, and like he pretty much snubbed her, and she committed suicide.
Damn.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. In real life?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. He pulled a lot of
Yeah.
He pulled a lot of tang.
Okay. Number 3 for me would be Philip Seymour Hoffman. Unfortunately, he's
dead.
He's dead. Yeah. But
what role did you like of his the best?
So many. I have a whole list here, and God, it just goes on. Son of a Woman. He was obviously.
Oh yeah, he was great in that.
So
it was George Jr.
He was such a prick.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And when
whole
Al
movie is actually
Pacino
really
just
good.
rails him at the end is so
Oh
satisfying.
yes.
Yes. So and his dad.
That's actually of our favorite all-time scenes. That scene.
Oh
that
that monologue.
Scene,
Yeah,
that Al Pacino goes
down as one of the best.
I'll show you how to order.
Yeah,
I see why he won the Oscar.
Did we talk about this?
Yeah, in our.
What's the better monologue, Al Pacino in *Scent of a Woman* or Jack Nicholson in *Few Good Men*? Both courtroom scenes.
True.
Both monologues and both iconic now.
Oh man.
I had to go with. I'm gonna go Al Pacino. That whole thing felt very satisfying because he called all those bastards out, and it just I felt the electricity. It's like no wonder he won the Oscar for this, and no wonder that every role after that, he's the
that
guy
changed him as a man.
Scent of a Woman.
His voice changed after that. He's like, I prefer this voice.
It's like, hey, yeah. You see it all through the roles at Heat and everything else he's done.
He just remained that dude. Yeah. What about you, Andy?
Oh god,
that's a tough one. Right?
That's a tough one.
Really tough.
We're gonna probably
talk about
end up
Sophie's
reviewing.
Choice.
Sophie's Choice.
We're gonna be reviewing A Few Good Men here pretty soon.
Oh, nice. God, Aaron Sorkin's amazing.
Yeah, he's such a talented writer.
Yeah.
Great Tom Cruise role too.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah. They're all great.
Absolutely.
Kevin Pollak.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Demi Moore.
Yeah,
I always had a crush on her.
Kevin Bacon.
Kiefer Sutherland. Noah Wiley. Cuba Gooding Jr.
Dude, that movie is stacked.
It is stacked.
That movie is stacked.
And that was way before
Kiefer Sutherland doesn't
all those guys didn't become big yet.
Yeah.
Well, Kiefer Sutherland was.
Yeah, but Noah Wiley and Cuba Gooding that was he was just right on the precipice.
Yeah. Kiefer Sutherland doesn't get enough credit. He's a good actor too.
He's great.
He is.
I love him. His dad is awesome too. Donald.
Donald Sutherland. Yeah, he's great too. But Kiefer Sutherland kind of went more of the television route. Later in his career, which is fine. Yeah, 24.
24.
He's so good.
I think he might have been one of the first mainstream stars to cross over to TV and be successful.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that kind of changed everything.
Right, because because in a lot of ways he was just kind of slumming it in TV.
Yeah.
Because he still could have gone back to movies as opposed to a lot of people who go from movies into television. They have to do it because their movie career is kind of on the downward trajectory.
Yeah.
They kind of are hitting a weird kind of slump in their movie careers, and so they dip quick. They kind of do the tourist thing and do TV for.
Yeah, and it was considered the death knell of their careers.
Yeah,
they took a TV role, but it changed after that. He legitimized it.
Yeah, actually.
If you're looking
because you're seeing a lot of
everyone's doing it now.
Big name talent.
Well, it's not as you're not losing your career by going to television as it once was because when in some ways you're enhancing in the era of Jimmy Stewart and Cary Grant and Marlon Brando. If you end up going to television, you're fucked.
You're done.
Your career's over.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
might as well do commercials in Japan.
Yeah, exactly.
Which a lot of people did secretly and make a lot of money.
Dude, Arnold Schwarzenegger did.
Everyone did it.
Yeah, everyone did
John
it.
Travolta,
everybody.
But now it's not now you see these big name stars like Matt Damon, he's done some television roles and he's
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah,
well, he should be on the not alive list.
Because definitely his career is dead.
His career is dead.
Yeah, but if you're looking for a little kind of a fun movie with Kiefer Sutherland, I recommend Flashback with him and Dennis Hopper. It's from 1989. It's a. Kiefer Sutherland, he's an FBI agent. Dennis Hopper is a guy that he's arrested that he's trying to transport across the country on train, and he ends up kind of they end up becoming friends, kind of, and there's this whole kind of situation where people are trying to kill Dennis Hopper's character. And it's really interesting. It's a fun little movie.
Okay. It sounds like that movie with Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin.
Oh, Midnight Run.
Oh, Midnight Run. That's so good.
It kind of sounds like that.
I want to watch that again.
Yeah, that might be another movie versus movie. Midnight Run versus Flashback.
Okay. You know what I love finding out when I find out that actors are short? in real life?
Oh yeah.
Like Kiefer Sutherland is not that tall.
No.
Like 5'7" or something.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah. No, a buddy of mine who
I honestly from his roles, I think he'd be like 6'2" or something.
Yeah. No. At least. But the first time that idea ever came to my head is a buddy of mine who has a restaurant like around like Woodland Hills, Calabasas area, and he told me that one day John Stamos came by, and then and me and him are like kind of like the same height, like 5'8", 5'9" on a good day, and then he said that John Stamos came in and he was like about his height or like even like a little bit shorter.
Really?
Yeah.
John Stamos? He looks so tall.
Yeah, no. But then it's probably also because working around children, so it's like.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So he always kind of came off bigger than he really was. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I peed next to Josh Brolin once.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he came in and he was doing some premiere, and my office happened to be like in the same building, and I was peeing, and then he came up, and I was like, oh, that's Josh Brolin.
And this is before Thanos, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
he's been in a lot of stuff. Like
maybe an inch or two taller than me at the most. I was like,
you'd be surprised. Cool. You'd be surprised.
Cool. Yeah,
a lot of celebrities like it's just the angles they make them look taller.
Yeah, I heard John Wayne wasn't that tall either.
No,
that's right.
God, I would. John Wayne, like to me, like seems like he's like 6'6" or something like that.
Yeah. But I heard he was like 5'10" or something.
Yeah.
He's still pretty big.
I mean, still taller than me.
Yeah, that's still tall. I'll take 5'10".
Yeah, I know.
But he
dude, I'll take 5'8".
Yeah. I would almost put John Wayne on my list, but like he's kind of, to me, he's one of those guys, like he's a great actor, like he can act. It's
John Wayne,
but there's a certain like type of role. Like when he's in that role, it's a home run.
Yeah,
like to me, like obviously like his.
But he's like Liam Neeson. He just plays the same role.
He occupies. He owns the lane that he's in.
Yeah,
but movies like Stagecoach, Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, True Grit, The Shootist.
True Grit. Yeah.
Those. The Shootist is a great movie. I highly recommend that too. Also, Jimmy Stewart's in that. That's why I watched it. So, but
Okay. Oh wow. We
sorry.
How did we end up on Kiefer Sutherland?
This is awesome. This is
the beauty of these podcasts. I love it.
Absolutely.
All right, so getting back.
You're talking about Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Seymour Hoffman.
I know, this went like total like
Wow, I love it.
And we went the scenic route.
We did. So, the question was, I was about to rattle off my list of his favorite, my favorite movies of Hoffman. I started with Son of a Woman. That's how we ended up.
Yeah. It's like
it's that powerful of a movie.
Yes.
It's that game, of 6 Degrees of Separation with Kevin Bacon.
I was going to ask about that. Few Good Men was a gem because everyone's in that movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can connect it. We should play that one day.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be a great episode.
Like put our phones away, everything, and just.
Oh man.
Yeah, 6
Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
But
that'd be a fun episode.
Oh, wow, yeah, we could do that.
All right, we're definitely gonna do that.
That should be a weekend one where we can drink.
Yeah.
We'll get drunk.
We'll get snacks. We'll get drinks. We'll
That'll
make it a big.
Fun.
We'll make it a thing.
Okay, we'll do that.
That's a good one. Let me try to get through this list. Almost Famous. You remember him?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a great
movie. It's been
movie.
a while, but
yeah. It's another one of those movies you can just watch over and over again.
Okay.
Yeah. Punch Drunk Love. He was awesome in that.
I need to go back and revisit that movie.
He was the brother-in-law who owned the mattress store, and he goes bonkers.
That's my favorite Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
I love Hoffman because he plays like bit characters. And the reason why I know we're supposed to put leading men.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so
he is a lead. Like
he is a lead. Capote, he was a lead. Yeah.
He's one of the guys that like he's both character actor and leading man.
Lead, yeah.
I look at him like have you seen The Master with him?
Yeah.
He's the lead.
That's a P.T. Anderson movie.
Yeah.
About basically Scientology.
Yeah.
Right?
Him and Joaquin Phoenix are in that. Joaquin Phenix would be another one that he's obviously a living actor, but
yeah. That's another honorable mention.
Yeah.
Along Came Polly.
See, he was in that?
He's the guy who created the word shard.
No,
yeah, they're at the museum with Ben Stiller,
right?
And he's the goofy friend, the loser friend.
Really?
Yeah, and they're at the museum, Jennifer Aniston, I think she's a waitress serving cocktails, and then they have to leave because he shat his pants. He's like, I sharted. And he's like, what the fuck is that?
No way.
So he coined the term shart.
Oh, wow.
I could be mistaken.
Or at least like he's attributed, because I mean, the writer or something.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I had to revisit that movie.
He's hilarious in that.
Okay. Wow. Along Came Polly.
Yeah.
Along
It's a classic. It's a classic.
It is. It's a great movie. I didn't realize. It's one of those things where like you watch these movies and you like them, and it's like, and then you don't remember. It's like, oh yeah, that guy was in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then, have you guys seen Charlie Wilson?
No.
With Tom Hanks?
Yeah. It was about like the whole
FBI and
like like the
CIA.
Funding like the Mujahideen or whatever.
Yes.
No,
I haven't
seen it.
Oh, his role in that might be my favorite role of his.
Oh, really?
He plays Gus something, but he's like the FBI guy or the CIA guy. So it's funny and powerful at the same time. You have to watch it. There's some crazy lines in
but
that.
no, he can do it.
Yeah, I remember watching that movie, but I don't remember Steve.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah,
it's another one of those movies where he's just in it like briefly.
Oh,
but it just leaves such an impression.
He's one of those guys that like he can play the bad guy, he can play the dick, he can play like
the loser friend, he can play the savior, the pastor, the
he's a chameleon. He can do anything.
Yeah.
He's really it's a his life, his personal life, it was awful.
Tragedy.
Very tragedy. Like I mean, he had like his whole he had a separate apartment that was his opium den that like he killed
West Village. That's where he died, right?
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Which is kind of sad, but but goddamn, the guy was so good.
So powerful. Yeah, he's so good. Am I still on my list? Okay. Number 4, Paul Newman.
Oh,
Paul Newman.
He almost
contender
made my list
for my maybe all-time favorite.
He really is kind of a renaissance man because Paul Newman
salad dressing.
Before we kind of get my Paul Newman because I'm a huge fan of auto racing. He's a big. He legitimately could have gone professional in auto racing, and he did. He raced in like a lot of sports car races. He owned an IndyCar team, and he could have gone pro had he like.
Did you see the David Letterman episode with him on it? And he built a Volvo station wagon into like a 700 horsepower race car, like a sleeper. Yeah.
Yep.
It's fucking awesome. Oh,
yeah.
Well, sorry.
No,
you can cut that out.
Everyone gets one.
Yeah. No. The whatchamacallit? The because Paul Newman, David Letterman, they owned an IndyCar team.
Yeah.
They were great friends.
Yeah.
But
David Letterman being from Indiana.
Oh, that's he is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Paul Newman film?
God, let's go through my list. The 5 I have on my list are The Verdict. Came out in 1982.
Not seen it.
So good. He's so good in that. He plays a lawyer, I think. Nobody's Fool, which was in 94.
I haven't seen that either.
Oh, it's so good. It's Philip Seymour Hoffman's in that too, actually.
Okay.
He plays kind of a burnt out old dad in small town. He kind of left his family, really lonely life, but he has a chance to kind of reconnect with his son. It's kind of about that. It's a very slow paced movie, but his role is so powerful. Yeah, he's so good in that.
Well, was it? Because I'm forgetting the role.
He's much older.
I'm forgetting the role that Paul Newman got that kind of got his career really like kind of kickstarted. But like it was a role that Warren Beatty turned down that like kind of got his career started. Maybe that's what it was. I don't remember.
Hustler's on my list. Yeah. That's a classic. Yeah.
I think that might have been the role.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Hustler's amazing. Yeah.
That's a lot of actors got their start with roles that Warren Beatty turned down.
Yeah. That's true. So yeah, Hustler's on my list. The sequel, Color of Money, which is not as good.
Oh yeah. That's what Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, yeah. So he still plays Fast Eddie in that one. And then my favorite, possibly one of my favorite movies of all time is Cool Hand Luke.
I still have not seen that movie. My favorite Paul Newman role is probably The Sting.
Same.
Yeah, I hit him and Robert Redford together are brilliant.
So, do you prefer that or Butch and the Sundance Kid?
I haven't seen that either.
Oh, because I prefer Butch and the Sundance Kid. Comparing
the most recent role that I saw Paul Newman in and I enjoyed was the Road to Perdition.
That was.
That's really good.
Yeah, that was towards the end of his life.
Yeah, that's towards the end of
Sam Mendes with Tom Hanks, right? Yeah, that's a good one. He's really good in that. I mean, and just as a man, just as a person, he's amazing.
Yeah,
I think he only married once.
Cool-ass dude.
You know, he was a good dad, good grandfather, but then even his company, Newman's Own.
Yeah, he lent his name. Yeah, he lent his name to this,
and
then
it's all
the profits go to charity.
Yeah, it's great.
And it's one of the biggest pasta brands.
Yeah. I mean, he put his name on a whole ton of stuff. And it's very popular. And it's good stuff. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Paul Newman's gonna have my legs broke. There's your Simpsons reference for the day.
And last but not least, definitely not least, this is gonna be, you know who it is. My unwavering number one, indisputable champ is Patrick Swayze.
Is Point Break your favorite role of his?
Oh yeah, Point Break is my favorite movie of all time. My second favorite movie, right?
Yeah.
Second favorite.
My first is Christmas Vacation.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
But Point Break is
It's a very, very good movie.
Oh my God.
I just recently watched it for the first time, and it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Because you kept telling me about it, and then I was rewatching all the Marvel movies with my wife because she wanted to watch them all, and then there's that line that Robert Downey Jr. has, like where he calls Thor, "Hey, look up, look over here, Point Break." It's,
really?
Yeah. I was like, okay, I gotta watch the movie now.
It's a classic, and it's Catherine Bigelow. James Cameron was actually involved in the production of Point Break.
Do not watch the sequel or the remake.
No.
That's sacrilege.
That's sacrilege. Yeah.
It doesn't exist. It's garbage.
Yeah.
I watched the trailer and I was like, no.
Yeah. I can't even watch a trailer. Roadhouse is another favorite.
Of course.
Outsiders, Next of Kin.
I haven't seen that.
What else was there? Fatherhood. I have that on my list. Do you remember that movie?
He was in Ghost too, wasn't he?
He was good.
Yeah, he was in Ghost.
Not my favorite, but
no.
Fatherhood. He plays he kidnaps his kids. He's divorced. And I think it's based on a true story. He kidnaps his own kids so he can spend time with them. It's like a comedy / drama.
Huh.
I have not seen
that one's.
I can't recall.
That's one of my favorites. And then that's actually it. So
any other
Mufune,
honorable mentions?
So my list is Toshiro, Marlon, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Paul Newman, and Patrick Swayze. Honorable mentions, I have 3. James Dean.
Oh yeah. We're actually going to be reviewing Rebel Without a Cause here pretty soon.
East of Eden.
East of Eden and Giant, and those are really his roles. I mean, he.
Yeah,
what a tragedy.
I mean, it's sad that he didn't last longer, but
yeah. Actually, I'm gonna be watching Giant here pretty soon, and then I'm gonna be watching the James Dean movies, East of Eden too, because I heard they're great.
They're great, yeah.
And Rebel Without a Cause is one of my favorites.
So good, yeah. Steve McQueen, we already talked about him.
Yeah,
and
another kind of like Paul Newman. He raced.
He raced. He was a
Le Mans is a great movie. Not a lot of dialogue. But he's great in that.
And Robin Williams.
He was a good actor.
He was really good. So good.
The guy could play a dark role.
He can.
Insomnia was really that was the movie that really kind of oh shit, Robin Williams
darkness
is really
to him. Yeah. Insomnia. Have you seen the original?
No,
I haven't seen the original of it.
It's a Danish movie, I want to say,
yes,
or a Dutch movie.
That makes sense.
It was only made 2 years prior to Nolan's version.
Right.
And it was such a powerful movie that he decided to redo it. Without the original is really good too. Stellan Skarsgård. Oh, so there is a connection. Stellan Skarsgård was a professor in Good Will Hunting, and Robin Williams was in Good Will Hunting.
That's a movie I need to see too. I have not seen that yet.
Good Will Hunting?
Yeah, I've not seen Good Will Hunting.
Excuse me?
I know.
That exists?
Yeah, I'm that unicorn. I haven't seen it yet.
Wait, you recently just watched Point Break for the first time?
Yeah,
and still haven't watched Good Will Hunting.
I have not watched.
And I'm at this table with you.
He wouldn't have seen Roadhouse if I didn't.
It just wasn't on my list. And
you gotta rethink your list, bro.
I know. Trust me, there's so many great classics that I really because I've really when we started this venture 3 years ago, it's just what my goal was is to get through the AFI top 100 list from 98.
Oh, that's a good venture.
Yeah. And I've been doing that, and it's as I've gone through it and I've started talking about I've learned so much about movies since then. Obviously, I've become a cinephile, and
I know you know so much You're like film school, walking film school,
Yeah.
both of you guys.
And as I've gone through, it's like, man, there's so many great classics that I haven't even seen, or sometimes like I've never even heard of it. It's like, oh, I didn't know that this actor that I really like was in like these 3 movies.
Yeah.
And it's like, how have you not seen it? These are like the great classics.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've really only scratched the surface. So there's like I said, I haven't seen Cool Hand Luke. I haven't seen Good Will Hunting. I haven't seen the Dirty Dozen. It's a lot.
My list is always growing. It's like you can never keep up.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fun venture to try to keep up with.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, obviously there's a lot of like fun movies that like I enjoy that I've seen like 100 times that I will always love.
Yeah.
And then there's even like some new ones I found. It's like, dude, how did I miss this? Like, I was talking about like Lee Marvin and The Professionals. Like, I just watched that for the first time, and it's like, god damn, that movie's so good.
Yeah.
That's it's not in my top 10, but like it's just such a great movie.
Yeah.
And because of you, like I got into the whole Kurosawa universe and like
cool.
All those movies, and I've loved them all.
Yeah.
That I've seen so far. I haven't and. My goal is to get through all 30 of his films because he's become, well, that'll be another podcast where we do our favorite directors, but spoiler alert, Kurosawa's on that list.
That's gonna be a long one.
Yeah.
I can't wait to do that one, but yeah. Okay, so now we go top 5 alive, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Andy, you hit us up, man.
All right.
Do you want another beer, anyone?
Yeah. Oh, I got one right here, so I'm good.
Andy, you want one? Okay.
I'm okay for it. Yeah, we'll just hold up then. All right.
All right.
Okay. For alive, in no particular order. Denzel Washington.
Oh. Yeah. Speaking of glory.
Speaking of
also,
glory.
it's not Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
I like Matthew Broderick.
Denzel Washington. Yeah. Christian Bale. Robert De Niro. Clint Eastwood. Anthony Hopkins.
Okay, that's okay. Your list is very different from mine, except for a few.
Yeah. Honorable mentions. Gotta give it to Leonardo DiCaprio, Matthew McConaughey, and Brad Pitt.
Matthew. Okay, so I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Matthew McConaughey, but like, what are your what puts him on your honorable mention?
I gotta give
because I don't have him on my list.
Right. I gotta give it to him just for Interstellar.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's so good in that.
Yeah, he's amazing. In that.
I liked him in Wolf of Wall Street too. He was pretty good in that character in that role.
Yeah.
Because he can do. He has like a wide range. He's been in comedy, he's drama.
What? Mud.
I haven't
think
seen
you told
that
me
yet.
about that.
He's so good in that too.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a sleeper movie.
Okay.
Lincoln Lawyer.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that either.
That was fun. It's a good movie.
Okay.
I think it's on Netflix right now.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry, Andy. What was your list again?
Yeah,
Denzel.
Denzel. Christian Bale. Robert De Niro. Clint Eastwood. Anthony Hopkins. Yes. And then honorable mentions.
A-Hop.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Matthew McConaughey, Brad Pitt.
Anytime we watch a Christian Bale movie, it's like because he's so method.
Yeah.
Like we just watched. We did our Western month for Nocturnal Transmissions. We were reviewing 310 to Yuma. He was in the remake of that with Russell Crowe, who should be also on your list too.
Ben Foster's in that too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which we're gonna get to later.
Yeah. But he. I was like, because Christian Bale's character, he has like one of his legs is missing. I was like, so Christian Bale actually sawed off his leg for this role. And I always made that joke.
I wouldn't put that past him.
Or what was that movie with him and Mark Wahlberg?
Oh yeah.
The Fighter. Yeah,
the Fighter. Where
yeah,
like
he actually became a meth addict.
Yeah. But can you go like with your guys? What are some of your favorite roles for your actors?
Yeah, well, Denzel, he's done so many, but I think my favorite performance of his is John Q.
God damn, that role is really good.
It's good,
so
good.
Yeah,
that's your favorite.
Yeah, it's my favorite. That's my favorite.
More so than Training Day.
More.
No, that's
it's different. It's like different energy, you know.
Yeah. John Q. It is really good.
It's really. I think John Q is like the most like relatable. Right,
I would. So my three, or actually, so I have 4 Denzel movies that I really love. Training Day is number 1. God damn, that movie's so good.
So good. That's
Yeah.
another one that you can just watch over.
But John Q is really good. Crimson Tide was really good.
That's right, with
Crimson
Gene
Tide.
Hackman.
Yeah.
That's my
That's actually
favorite.
really
Yeah.
good.
And then the other Glory. I like.
Of course, Glory.
Glory
good.
is just so good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's
American Gangster. He was really good in that
Yes,
too.
he was.
I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, he's in that too.
God.
Yeah.
Idris Elba's in that too for a moment, huh? Brief moment.
Just for a quick second.
You know what?
He's the gangster. He takes over. He kills
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
street.
he like just in broad daylight in the
That
middle
was
of the street.
such a badass scene.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I had to add another to my own.
Yeah, mine's like. What are the Denzel is there? I feel like.
Malcolm X.
Oh yes, Malcolm X.
Mhm.
But I feel like there's a recent
I
one.
mean,
that
he's
was
been in
really
like the
good.
Equalizer.
Equalizer's
which-
fun.
Yeah, I like that movie.
And I liked him in the remake of Magnificent Seven.
That's right. Yeah,
I didn't see that.
So
He's in
the,
that?
the
Yeah.
the new Magnificent Seven that came out in 2016.
16, 17.
With the Korean guy. The Korean
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Lee Byung-hun's in there.
Uh-huh, yeah.
I'll admit. So because the three of us we're going to be talking about this, at some point soon.
Yeah.
We actually like. It's a very competent remake of a remake.
Uh-huh.
And we feel like each iteration, obviously like from Seven Samurai to the original Magnificent Seven to the new one.
Yeah.
I feel like the story has gotten better, where it's like they've added more depth to the characters and given us more of a reason to care about the movie. Which, like I said, I love all three of them, and it's like this is one of the cases where a remake is good.
Yeah.
It's 310 to Yuma is another one, and True Grit another one.
Yeah.
But
Oh, the one I just remembered, the Denzel movie that I really like. I recently rewatched it with the kids. Remember the Titans?
Oh,
Oh.
that's right.
Oh,
That's
God,
what I was
he's
gonna
so-
say.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love
that
that
also
too.
Matthew McConaughey. Was he in that
No,
one?
No, he was in We Are Marshall, which
Yeah,
is very
Oh.
similar.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
very similar
Yeah.
movie. That's right.
Yeah,
who was
but,
who was in that movie alongside Denzel?
He was that guy. What's his name? Will.
He's another character actor.
Yeah.
Was he
Will
character?
Patton.
Yeah, Will Patton.
Oh,
He was in
that's
Armageddon.
right, okay.
I love that guy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay. That's
he was
right.
very underutilized, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling's in that.
Yeah, that's right.
That's and the little girl is Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah.
She was really good in that.
Yeah. She got her start in soap operas.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she was in Guiding Light, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
interesting. Okay,
Yeah, but
sorry.
remember the Titans? Yeah.
Okay, so that was your first actor. It's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
So
We're trying to keep this under an hour?
Yeah.
We
really
nerd
meant
out
an
on
hour
this.
for each
Christian
category.
Bale. Christian Bale's so good. What's the performance?
I mean, he's my favorite favorite live action Batman.
True.
Which I know is going to give me a lot of flack because everyone talks about like they love
Keaton?
Yeah,
I'm a Keaton guy.
Keaton.
I'm a Keaton guy.
He's good.
I just don't get me wrong. I like Keaton. He's great.
Shit, speaking of Keaton, not damn.
If I have to be pressed, then I would. For Christian Bale, I would probably have to say The Prestige.
Oh,
Oh,
so
that's
good.
a good one.
Yeah,
With Hugh Jackman,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. His performance in that was amazing.
That
That's
movie
not
is-
Nolan, though, is it?
It
No,
is.
it is.
Oh, it is Nolan.
Yeah,
It's a Nolan one.
It's
Oh,
a
okay,
Nolan
It's a
movie.
Nolan joint.
I always thought it was a fake Nolan. Like,
No,
Oh,
love
no,
Nolan.
that was
It's a
Nolan.
Nolan.
Okay.
David Bowie's in that
Yeah,
film.
David
Is
Bowie.
Yes, I
Nikola
remember that.
Tesla. Yeah.
That's cool.
he specifically he begged David Bowie to be in that movie.
Oh, really?
He's like I can't do this movie without David Bowie as Tesla,
Wow.
and he begged him.
Wow. I love Bowie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Robert De Niro.
Oh God, that's another podcast.
See,
on
okay,
its own.
see, this.
But
is-
I mean, I'd have to give it to him. It's so hard.
Goodfellas.
You know what? I'm gonna go Casino.
Oh,
Over Goodfellas? That's a tough one. I mean, I'm not disagreeing.
Right.
I'm just-
Casino's great.
I don't know.
I wanna hear-
but I don't know. I really like his performance in Casino.
as Ace.
Yeah, as Ace.
Okay, I never thought about. Okay. Ace versus Jimmy.
Right.
What was,
I think in Goodfellas, I think he didn't have enough of the spotlight. You know, because the story was about Henry Hill.
Yeah.
What was
okay.
what was the I'm blanking on the name of the movie right now. What was the one with him and Jerry Lewis?
Jerry Lewis.
that Robert De Niro was in.
Mr. Shatner.
Where he was like kind of like that failed comedian.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Isn't it Mr. Shatner? What is it called?
Is that the King of Comedy?
Yes, thank you.
King of Comedy.
I think Robert De Niro. That's
okay.
He's really great in that movie.
He was good in that. Yeah. Raging Bull.
Raging Bull
would be another one.
Yeah.
Also a great Joe Pesci film.
Yes.
Joe Pesci was in that?
Yeah. He's his brother.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Joe Pesci he's so good.
Man, he should be on my list.
He's in my honorable mentions.
De
Niro. What else? Analyze this.
I
love that movie.
That's not a bad movie.
Very kind of a dark horse pick for performance, but Meet the Parents.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
My favorite line is that he delivers in Meet the Parents is, "I got nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?"
Oh damn! That's...
Heat.
Oh
yeah.
What are we doing here?
I know. God.
One
on.
One of the greatest scenes of all time.
One of the greatest movies of
Dude,
all time.
I saw like when the TV movie that scene
compared to
that scene, and then I saw
L.A. Story. No,
LA Takedown.
LA Takedown.
LA Takedown.
Yes.
I saw that version of the diner scene, and then the
word for word. It's
word for word, and just like, oh my god, thank God he remade that movie.
That's why there is such a thing as good acting.
Yes,
it can make a difference.
Oh my god, it's
hilarious, right?
Yeah, it's like
the
non-De Niro and Pacino version is literal shit.
Yeah, garbage.
It's literal
it's
shit.
like a high school home video.
Yeah, it's like a high school
project.
drama, VA club thing. But it's like,
but the same director.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of weird.
It's weird.
And there's that whole argument about Michael Mann. A lot of people question: is he really that good of a director?
Right. Yeah, because I mean, it's like, LA Takedown is essentially.
You almost don't need to be a great director if you have like guys like that. Like you have A-listers.
That's what they're saying. I think that's the argument. That is he really?
Hey, you know what?
Is he really that
the
great?
Actors that really.
Hey, he's smart enough to get those guys on his to act. It's like, hey, listen, I'm not that great of a director, but if I have these guys, hey,
I love Michael Mann. I love his movies. Yeah.
And sometimes
did he do Man on Fire? Oh no, that was Tony. That was Tony
Scott.
Oh, that's a great Denzel movie.
Tragic.
Yeah, tragic. Yeah. Rest in peace.
He did Last of the Mohicans, Michael Mann, which is
that's right. Yeah,
one of my favorite movies.
I gotta rewatch that movie. It came out when I was like a kid, and I barely remember it.
Sometimes I'd listen to the song. The
soundtrack.
Yeah, it's in the car, it's driving.
I'm a sucker for movie soundtracks. Like, I also, anime soundtracks, game soundtracks.
Speaking of, we'll get to that. Yeah, but Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, just continue.
That was De Niro, right?
Yeah, De Niro.
Okay.
Clint Eastwood.
I love him in Unforgiven. He's really good in that movie.
Unforgiven is good too.
Gran Torino. Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
Goddamn cigarettes. God. Dirty Harry.
I'm gonna go a little, beaten path here, and I'm gonna say Heartbreak Ridge.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well,
what is that?
Did he direct that movie?
Maybe.
Because that was with Andrew Garfield too, wasn't that right?
No. That's Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge. Okay, never mind. That's
no. Heartbreak Ridge. It's he plays Gunny Highway, and he's like he has to take these ragtag Marines and like whip him into shape, and then they go.
When was this?
This was in the 80s.
Oh,
yeah, and like it's a fictional story, but like it parallels like the actual like invasion of Grenada. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Interesting. I've never heard of that.
He's actually a really good director too. Like,
no, is he a better actor or better director?
I would say better actor, but I think
it depends on the role.
Yeah, because we watched when we did our directorial debuts month. We did one of Clint Eastwood's.
Mm-hmm.
We did what was Call Me Misty, which was a really good movie.
Mm-hmm. It's like a psychological thriller.
He punched that crazy lady in the face at the end of the movie.
That was awesome.
It was awesome.
He's directed some great movies. Though.
Yeah.
Gran Torino, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, most recently he did The Mule, which is good. I like.
No, The Mule was great.
Yeah,
it was
great. What did he do? Also, didn't he do Mystic River?
He might have.
Yeah, I think he did Mystic River, which was amazing.
He did one of the Dirty Harry films too. He directed.
Yeah,
which is I think it was the fourth one.
Mm-hmm.
There's 5 of them.
Was it Deadpool?
Yes.
Deadpool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. No, Deadpool is the one with Liam Neeson. It was the one with Magnum Force was the one he directed.
Okay.
$1 Million Baby. That was a good one.
$1 Million Baby.
I still have not seen that.
It was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You don't need to rush to see that one. But
Yeah.
it's a good one.
Yeah.
This was like Hilary Swank, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Anthony Hopkins.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's kind of
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs default, but also I think his performance in the first Thor movie is very underrated.
He was in.
He was.
I don't know
he
much
was
Marvel
Odin.
stuff.
He played Odin.
Who's the bad guy?
No,
Odin
he's the
is
father of Thor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he but he has like this great moment where he's kind of like dressing down Thor because he basically started an interplanetary incident because Thor goes and invades this other planet essentially, and Odin has to come in and
But you are not king.
Yeah, like he does like this great like growl.
He's fantastic in that role.
It's so great.
But I almost wonder if it hit Anthony Hopkins in that role kind of feels like Alec Guinness as felt as Obi-Wan, because I feel like a lot of people are going to remember him as Odin,
right? But I don't think
because he's another classically trained actor,
right? But I don't think he will resent it as much as Guinness.
You don't think so? Okay,
no, because I mean, just going by because if you ever see Anthony Hopkins in like interviews and stuff, he's so chill.
He seems like a cool guy.
No, I follow him on Instagram, and his videos are hilarious.
I'll be honest.
He's on Instagram.
Yeah,
I have not watched a ton of Anthony Hopkins stuff. What is there anything else of his that I should be looking at?
Howard's End.
Right.
Joe Black. Meet Joe Black.
He's in that?
Brad Pitt's in that movie.
Yeah.
No kidding.
The longest movie ever.
Hearts of Atlantis. That's kind of forgettable.
Oh, you know what's a good one that actually kind of fell under the radar, but I liked it? Was Fracture.
Fracture?
Have you seen that with
No.
Ryan Gosling?
No.
It's kind of like a modern. Remember the movie Double Jeopardy with Ashley Judd?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's a murder mystery, and Ryan Gosling is a assistant DA trying to go after Anthony Hopkins, and he plays like this rich husband. Wife gets murdered.
Oh,
he's pursuing him. It's really good. Anthony Hopkins really evil in that. Kind of reminds you of
Hannibal Lecter.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Another I just remember another. Oh God.
Because I know
The Edge.
The Edge. Oh, I have not seen that.
Yes, I love that movie with Alec Baldwin.
Yes.
I'm getting excited here.
Get a semi there?
Yeah,
I kind of did. I'm gonna have to take off another shirt.
What was in Jeremy Donovan? Where he's like in Sicario, where he's like, I'm starting to get a boner here.
Oh, yeah. No, but
that's
Edge.
Yes.
Oh,
and
it's one of his more subtle performances.
Yeah, and it kind of went under the radar.
Yeah,
but that was David Mamet.
Right.
Alec Baldwin was really good in that.
Yeah. He plays like the perfect D-bag.
Yeah, he's such a D-bag. And it's like one of those. At the end, you just feel good.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because it's one of the only movies where the rich guy is the good guy.
Yes. Which in the beginning you're kind of torn. Like, do I hate this guy or
it's like because he seems kind of like cold and distant, and like, he has like the super hot young wife or whatever.
Yeah,
and
the model.
Yeah, but then like you slowly start to like realize like, oh, he's the good guy.
Yeah,
like because even like
that's why he's successful. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That was number 3 for you?
Oh yeah, that was my entire list. But Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, that was your whole list?
Yeah, and then the honorable mentions. I don't know if you want to get into that. Let's not get into the honorable mentions.
Okay,
that'll just take too long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So let's just crowd through.
So I'm gonna start with mine. Obviously, I have Christian Bale on my list too. Right. He's probably my favorite living actor right now. Obviously, American Psycho. He's been in. He's my favorite Batman. He. The Prestige is so freaking good.
Yeah.
That probably is my favorite role too. Is The Prestige. But like honestly, like anything with Christian Bale, like I'm good bad, like I'm sold. I'm looking at him because he was in the Machinist too. Was that?
He was in the Machinist.
I need to give that a revisit because I haven't seen that in a long time.
He went down to like 90 pounds or something. Something insane.
He actually starved himself like nearly to death. Like he almost died.
He almost had kidney failure.
Yeah. That's what I said. It's 310 to Yuma.
So he did do math.
Yeah, he did math.
He cut off his leg.
310 to Yuma. He actually cut off his own leg, for the role, and grew it back afterwards.
He grew it back. Knowing him, he would. He would just will it.
I know. I was like, it was like growing out, like little baby foot.
So Christian Bale.
American Hustle, I liked him in.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah, I'm anything that Christian Bale's in, I'm sold. It's kind of like anything like Christopher Nolan does, like good, bad, ugly. I'm in.
Yeah.
Denzel, obviously, he's on my list too.
Denzel.
Training Day is just fuck, dude. That movie is so goddamn good.
So his role in that is
like I saw it when we did the review for it. That was the first time I saw it. I ended up watching it like 5 more times. Like it was just, it's just Ethan Hawke is underrated too. Like he's really good.
I like Ethan Hawke.
He is.
Yeah, he doesn't get a lot of credit. I don't think. No. But he's been in a ton of great roles too.
Yeah.
Predestination is something I think you should watch him in.
Have you guys seen the him and I love him when he and Linklater collaborate. But have you seen the trilogy, the Before trilogy? So it's Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight.
No, I've not seen any of these.
I haven't heard of these.
Oh, it's one of those movies. It's just all dialogue, pure dialogue. So
I'm in.
I forget the order.
I know
they came out like maybe 10 years apart each one. The first one is Before. Let's call it Before Sunrise. It's him and this French actress named Julie Delpy, who's beautiful. They meet on a train and then they fall in love, but they never consummate. They just and you just watch them hours into the evening, just walking through Paris, talking, and that's the whole movie. And then Before sunset, maybe it's Sunset. I forget what the order is. They run into each other again. Now they're like, they both each have gotten married, and then they meet and they have another long moment to spend the day together, just catching up and talking. And they're obviously in love, but they never get to do anything.
Right.
And then the third one, 10 years later, I think they're both divorced or something, and they both kind of get to consummate the love.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's all just dialogue.
Okay. In a weird way, it kind of reminds me of it. It could be like a more cerebral 500 Days of Summer.
Kind of is. And
500 Days of Summer, man.
That might have been inspired by this trilogy.
Yeah. Or like, because I've only seen 500 Days of Summer, but the way you describe it, it kind of, it's like maybe
it's like
more,
a better version.
Yeah, or like a more cerebral.
Slower. Yeah.
More cerebral, where it's like 500 Days of Summer, it gets like more into like,
half the reason I watch 500 Days of Summer is because it has my celebrity crush in there.
Zoe Deschanel. I love her. Yeah. She's so. Have you seen with her? What's that comedy with Jim Carrey? Yes, Man.
Yes, Man.
I own that.
Such a great movie.
No, I own that on Blu-ray because I was like, oh, what the hell?
She's so awesome in that.
I was like, it's a remake of Liar Liar, and then I watched like this movie's fucking awesome, and I bought it on Blu-ray.
And you just instantly fall in love with her.
Oh yeah.
Her character. Yeah.
I've seen that movie probably like 10 times now.
She has a twin, right?
No, she has an older sister. Yeah, she was in she was her sister was the lead in that show Bones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were twins.
No.
Maybe okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Although people say that her like Zoe Deschanel and Katy Perry could be twins.
I could see that
before Katy Perry chopped up all her hair.
I could see that
and dyed it.
I would prefer Zoe, but yeah. I could see that.
Let's see. So also on my list is Matt Damon. I really like him a lot.
But you haven't seen Good Will Hunting?
I know.
Wait a minute.
I know.
How does that
confuse? Because that's the movie that put him on the map.
I know. But he's been in like he can do anything. He does comedy. He does action. He does drama.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Interestingly, he does make a cameo in the third Thor movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like a really quick one. He's like
he's funny. He's a funny dude.
Yeah.
I think he does have chops to do comedic acting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Or
he's
like
been
that
in 30
movie.
Rock.
What was it? Stuck on You, Stuck on Me, Stuck on.
Oh, the one where they're
yeah, with their
Siamese.
Yeah, with Greg Kinnear.
Greg Kinnear.
Yeah.
Like Stuck on You, or
He's.
I forgot about them.
yeah, it's like the agent's like, oh yeah, there's not much work for Siamese twins. Like, it's like we're American.
Yeah. If I was gonna go for a role that I really liked him a lot in, I'm a big fan of the Jason Bourne series.
Yeah.
But like he's done so much more than that. Like
he's been in so much too.
Yeah. But yeah, I love him, Jason Bourne.
Even some early work. I mean, just to tie to Denzel, he was in Grace Under Fire.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he played like the drug addicted corpsman, or basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Matt Damon did?
Yeah, he was in that. Yeah, Grace Under Fire.
Oh, he was also in School Ties, wasn't he?
School Ties.
With Brendan Fraser. I could be wrong, or was it Deadpool? See, I get these three movies confused: Scent of a Woman, School Ties, and Dead Poet Society, because they're all about private boarding schools.
That's
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Right, and Ethan Hawke.
Was he in Dead Poet Society?
Yeah, Ethan Hawke was. Yeah, he was the really timid one, Mr. Todd or Todd something or other.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then he must have been in School Ties then.
Okay.
Matt Damon.
Well, I'm not familiar with that movie, but.
I have Leo DiCaprio on my list too, just because that guy can play anything he wants. Like, I mean, I hated Titanic. I wasn't a fan of like Romeo and Juliet, but everything else he's been in, like he's been. I'm not saying that those movies are bad, like that he like was bad acting in it. I just didn't happen to like those movies. And
I love how he controlled his the destiny or trajectory of his own career in that moment. Yeah, because he could easily become that regular heartthrob kid.
He cut away from that. Yeah. Thank God.
But he decided to do The Beach right after, which was a bomb. But it was who's the director of that?
Oh,
the British guy who did Train Stopping and Slumdog Millionaire. Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle did that. It was a bomb.
He was
but
also like, I mean, Leo DiCaprio has been acting since he was a kid. He was in What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape. And he started in
TV
Growing Pains, right?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But
But good for him. But really quickly, interestingly, that's why Heath Ledger went like kind of like indie, because after he did Knight's Tale, which I really like him in that movie. But he said like he saw a poster of him like with like the blonde hair, kind of like the heartthrob, and it's like no, I can't do this.
And thank God he did it, because when he was cast as the Joker in The Dark Knight, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is gonna be awful.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, the guy from 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this is
actually I kind of like that.
I liked him in
It's a good movie.
I don't like Julia Stiles, but I like.
But then I watched it. I was like, "Oh shit! This guy can fucking."
He brought
act.
it.
Yeah.
He brought it. Yeah.
Which that role arguably killed him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But that's But I would have loved to have, had he lived. I would have liked to have seen what he had done, because he was actually supposed to be in Dark Knight Rises too.
Oh really?
Yeah. Wow. But like, I would have liked to see what he would have done.
Oh, in the Brokeback Mountain.
Oh,
he was great in that. Yeah.
I refuse to watch that movie.
I deny that I've watched it, but I've watched it.
Okay.
and enjoyed it as a great movie.
if I was gonna go with my favorite Leo DiCaprio film, it's a toss up between Departed and Inception.
Yes. Oh, Departed. Inception. Yeah. Have you watched the original Infernal Affairs of Departed?
No, I have not. It's on my list.
That's
I've been meaning to get
which one's better? Because the original is so good too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Leo in that. I actually recently watched that during quarantine.
Also, Matt Damon is in that movie too.
Matt Damon, yeah. And Mark Wahlberg.
And Jack Nicholson.
And Jack Nicholson, yes. But Alec Baldwin, I love his role in that.
And Michael Douglas is in that too.
Michael Douglas?
No.
Martin Sheen, thank you. Sorry, I always get those two confused.
Yeah, I do too, yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Alec Baldwin's like, yeah, want a cigarette? It's like, no. He's like, fucking health junkie.
That whole scene right there is so good.
God, I mean, that's a star-studded lineup.
It is.
Departed.
That's another one where, that must have been a crazy budget.
Yeah.
And Vera Farmiga, she was a girl. Oh, I love her.
But yeah, just like the budget for that, it's like just trying to get Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Because like I mean I'm probably sure I've said this, but like he got the deal of deals when he did the first Batman movie with Burton.
Yeah.
It's like he got a cut of everything Batman related. Doesn't even matter. Like,
so smart.
Yeah.
So fucking smart.
Right. So like that's why he didn't like appear in a lot of movies.
He didn't have to.
After that. It's like he didn't have to.
Yeah.
He's set for
He could
life.
choose
What
whatever
is his
he
last
wanted
movie?
to do. Probably The Departed. I don't think I've seen him in any movie since then.
Yeah, I can't recall anything.
He did About Schmidt.
Right, but that was before.
Was that before?
Yeah, even
Departed?
that was even before.
What
Departed.
was the
What's the Adam Sandler movie?
Oh, that's when I was.
I love that one.
Anger Management.
I loved him in that.
That was
too.
a great, great comedy.
Mm-hmm.
But he was in something else after that. That was like I don't want to. It was kind of like a Wes Anderson movie, but I think it was like a wannabe Wes Anderson. Maybe that's About Schmidt.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's About Schmidt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, no, Jack Nicholson, he's one of those another one of those great actors. It probably would be on my honorable mention. Like I love.
Some
him
might
in The
argue the
Shining.
best actor of all time.
I mean, I love him in The Shining. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
Easy Rider.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's in that.
Yeah. There was a couple others. What is it? I can't remember right now, but yeah.
But yeah, that was the role that really kicked off
man.
Jack Nicholson's career, was Easy Rider.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so my fifth is probably gonna be a little bit of surprise, I think, to a lot of people.
I'm sorry, you're already on your fifth? Well,
yeah, so I had Christian Bale,
Leo?
Matt Damon,
Oh, yeah.
Denzel Washington, and Leo DiCaprio.
Okay.
My fifth is Jeremy Renner.
That's a good one.
So Jeremy Renner gets, he gets panned as kind of the franchise killer. I mean, people shit on him on his roles, and everyone's the role that everyone's gonna remember is, he was Hawkeye in the Marvel films, and that's it's criminal that's what's gonna happen to his career, because he's been in so many good films. He's a great actor. Yeah, and the role,
obviously we'll get to the other one. Yeah,
and the role that really got me. For him, and I loved him in when he was in The Bourne Legacy. Mm-hmm. He's really good in that. Like, I would have loved to have seen more versions of him in like that role, doing stuff with that. He's in like the new, some of the newer Mission Impossible films. He was great in that. Obviously Tom Cruise kind of like is like no, it's like they kept him on, but like they kind of he's not the lead anymore.
Yeah, because Ghost Protocol I think was supposed to be the handoff to Jeremy Renner.
Oh, he was supposed to take over as Ethan Hunt,
or like as a new lead.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's and obviously like everyone's gonna remember as Hawkeye, but the role that really got me was him in Wind River. Yeah, which is. The guy can fucking act. Yeah. And how he did not win an Academy Award for that role is fucking criminal.
It is. It's unfortunate. I kind of dug into that. Like, what happened that year? So I dug into it, and what happened was that was a Weinstein Company film. And that's when when that movie came out was when the whole Me Too thing started. And when he went under. And it was an August release.
Okay.
Usually when things come out in August, people forget it by the time.
Right.
But because of the Weinstein tag,
it
was almost blacklisted.
Wow.
And that was actually the first release since that scandal broke that came out from Weinstein. They almost didn't put it up. It's like, we got to put this movie out.
Right.
What are we going to do?
Yeah. And that's a damn shame
that's
because...
a shame.
Because I mean, for Jeremy Renner, I knew he was a good actor. Like even when he in his the part that he had in SWAT.
Yeah.
I knew he was a great actor. Yeah, I was like, man, this
kid's dope.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah,
he's like a young Sean Penn.
What was that? That one other military role that he was in, where he was the bomb diffuser. Hurt Locker. Thank you. Yeah, he was great in that too.
Catherine Bigelow. That's another Catherine Bigelow movie.
And it's a shame too because Elizabeth Olsen, also in Wind River, should have won an Academy Award too. She was great.
And Taylor Sheridan should have got Best Writer and Best Director.
Yeah, and because she's gonna get known like, oh, she's the Scarlet Witch. That's all she's going to be known for, unfortunately, and that's so unfortunate because she's such a great actress too.
Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, I already liked Jeremy Renner, but that role really, I was like, okay, this guy's
legit.
He should be an A-lister.
Yeah.
Everyone should be going after this guy, because he can do anything. He's a comedic actor. He can do action. Yeah. He can do drama. Yeah. And he can do everything.
You know what I also loved him in was The Town. With Ben Affleck?
yeah, he's in that. I
He was
forget
badass,
totally forget
man.
that.
I haven't seen that.
With
you haven't seen
Ben
that?
Affleck.
Yeah. I love that scene when Ben Affleck comes in, and I'm butchering the words, but he says, "I need your help on something. You can't ask any questions, and we're gonna hurt a lot of people. Are you in?" Jeremy goes, "Whose car are we taking?" I love that.
That's a movie I got to revisit. I watched that in theaters when it came out.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
And I've added some new guys to my list since we've been talking for my honorable mentions, but I'll run through them real quick. Right. Gary Oldman, because he's a chameleon.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy's another guy that's a chameleon.
Tom Hardy.
My list is growing.
Gene Hackman.
Okay.
Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell, just because we watched Tombstone recently. He is fantastic in that. But he was great in Guardians of the Galaxy as Ego, and
Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, and he's also in Bone Tomahawk, which is also a really good movie. I'm gonna rewatch it. Actually, I have it on my list. I'm gonna rewatch that again. It's a horror western, which it's it's a rough movie, but it's so good. Idris Elba is also really great. Yes. He can do anything. He's a guy that can do it. He does comedy. He can do TV. He can do movies.
He can do bad guys. He can do the hero. He can do the agent.
He's great in The Wire. That's the role that I first saw him in as Stringer Bell. He was fucking fantastic.
He was
in that
awesome.
Role.
He's so intimidating.
And Jeff Bridges.
He's not going to be Bond, right? That's kind of settled.
I
heard Tom Hardy might be the next Bond.
I would love that.
That would be interesting.
Daniel Craig is good too.
I love Daniel Craig.
Yeah. Daniel Craig has been in a bunch of stuff too. And then I'm also I'm going to throw in Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford can do just about anything.
Yeah, but was it
the role? Okay, so
we're just talking about him.
So obviously everyone. Oh, he's Han Solo. Okay, the role that really got me is another George Lucas film that he was in, which is American Graffiti.
Yes.
So Harrison Ford was on his. He was almost done with Hollywood. He was doing carpentry work, and he was actually working on George Lucas's house.
Oh.
And they were friends.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, I need a guy for this movie that I'm doing," and he's like, "All right, I'll do it." And that was the role that kickstarted his career, and that's why he ended up becoming an A-lister after American Graffiti, because then he got the roles with Star Wars, and then he did Blade Runner. His whole career took off after that. Because he was a nobody until American Graffiti. And American Graffiti, there was a lot of great stars. Richard Dreyfuss was in that. Ron Howard. Candy Clark, a lot of big stars were in that movie. It was so good.
Suzanne Summers,
Suzanne Summers was in that too. Yeah, she didn't have any speaking roles, but she was in it. Yeah. So it's just goddamn that movie. We should watch that together and talk about.
That's another
I mean, we reviewed that with my dad and I, Andy and I. We reviewed that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did that. American Graffiti and Easy Rider was the.
That's fun. Okay.
But I would love to get your take on it, because I love that movie so much.
Yeah.
But Harrison Ford he can do anything. He's been in action movies, he's been in drama, he's been in sci-fi, he's been you name it. He's been in it. He's been in it. I would say another role that's really great with Harrison Ford is The Fugitive, which my wife, who doesn't like anything that was oh my god, that movie's so old.
Basically, any movie that wasn't made this century.
Yeah,
she won't watch.
But she liked The Fugitive, and she liked Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I'm trying to get her down to to watching some of these classics that are just honey, these movies are. People talk about them 60, 70, 80 years later because they're that good.
Right.
It's like...
You know what I also liked them in was, have you seen the movie Witness?
No, I've not seen that.
I think it came out a little bit before Fugitive.
He FBI agent that goes into witness protection with this kid in the Amish community.
Yes, in the Amish community. Yeah. It's kind of a dark, it's a heavy movie. I
mean, because that kid witnesses a double homicide or something.
Yeah.
And it's something to do with the mob, and they have to they're trying to kill him.
Yeah. It's a powerful role though. Yeah.
Oh, sorry to double back a little bit with the De Niro film. One that I have not seen, but he's in this is Cape Fear, right?
Yes.
He's in that, right?
Oh, that's right.
I have not seen that movie. I want to see it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Simpsons does like a very
Yeah, they do
they do like an homage to that movie.
Yeah.
But that movie came out
freaky dude in that.
Yeah, he's like completely different.
Yeah, and Julia Lewis is in that.
Yeah, Julia Lewis
I love
is
Julia
the daughter.
Lewis. She's so cool.
Wait, is it Nick Nolte?
Nick Nolte.
You like Nick Nolte?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a movie I've been kind of wanting to watch. I haven't gotten to it yet, but it's on my list.
Nice.
But yeah, like I said, I've been stuck on this Western kick. Actually, like speaking of Westerns, I'm gonna be rewatching Cowboys versus Aliens, which is Daniel Craig and Harrison Ford.
Oh yeah.
Wait, Daniel Craig, he was in Road to Perdition. He played the son of Paul Newman's character.
That's right. Yeah, he's in.
He was in
movie
the Road
too.
to Perdition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he played the son of Paul Newman's character.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I totally.
Yeah. I
Jude
forgot
Law's
too.
in that. Like,
Wait,
that's a star-studded movie too.
Jude Law. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Okay. Ah, shit, my list is growing.
Yeah,
Keep more people to put on there.
It's I always talk about like my gaming backlog is like just it's ever growing. My movie backlog is ever growing.
I know.
I've almost given up on like TV stuff because the movie list is so big. I think because I have tomorrow I'm my wife's gonna be gone all day and then I'm off, so I have like probably like 6 movies that are on my list.
Nice.
I'm gonna be watching. So
nice.
And that'll be before we start our
tomorrow's nocturnal.
Tomorrow's nocturnal transmissions.
Mm-hmm.
This will be coming out after that, but we'll after filming this we got more stuff going on, so we'll be reviewing Gilda and talking about some other stuff.
Nice.
Gilda, God, that movie, like Glenn Ford, another great actor on the dead list. He's great as Ben Wade in 3:10 to Yuma.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good in Gilda. And as what the hell's his name? John
Huston?
No, John Farrell, which is
Gilda, the character.
His character in Gilda his name is John Farrell, and I joked, it's like, hey, he's the grandfather of the character from Live Free or Die Hard, who's also named John Farrell. So that guy's like John Farrell the Third or something like that.
Played by Justin
Long. Yeah,
Justin Long. What happened to him?
I don't know. He fell off.
He really fell off. He's doing
I like him a lot. Though.
He's doing a lot of voice acting stuff. He's in a show on Netflix called F for Family. F is for Family.
With
Bill Burr stuff. Yeah, he's
he lent his voice for the Chipmunks movies.
That's right. And he has his own like podcast. Like he's doing okay. He has his own stuff going on.
Okay.
I almost threw Bruce Willis on my list too, but he's kind of does more of the action stuff. Like he's kind of like he's not a one trick pony, but like he's
the only performance outside of action.
Sixth Sense. Yeah, that's the only one. Maybe Fifth Element.
Well, it's more. It's still action.
Yeah,
it's a little bit. It's a little bit more. There is a little bit more emotional content there for him to play with. A little, but just it's a sliver.
He also did Moonrise Kingdom, right?
I have not seen that.
I think it's a Wes Anderson film he did.
I also did 12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys. That's a good one.
But I mean, obviously, like
that's another remake.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like I love him as an actor, but like it's just kind of like Bruce Willis is he's the action guy. I couldn't put him on the list. He's not a one trick pony, but he's not quite like what I was looking for. Talking about like leading men.
Mm-hmm.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze because he's still alive.
In your heart.
In my heart.
In his heart.
No particular order. I'm just going to go through it. Gary Oldman. Mm-hmm. Because I consider him a lead actor.
He really is. He plays
a lot of secondary actors.
Yeah. He's like Philip Seymour Hoffman. He's a leader, but he's also a character actor at the same time.
Sid and Nancy, he was a lead. He played Sid Vicious.
Mm-hmm.
Rosencrantz.
He looked like Sid Vicious.
Oh yeah, totally.
When you showed me the picture of him, I was like, "That's Sid Vicious."
It's Sid Vicious, and he's so good in that.
Yeah.
That was in 1986. There's a movie called Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, which is based on a Tom Stoppard play, which is an adaptation of Hamlet as seen through the two minor characters who get executed in Hamlet. It's such a funny and clever and just...
What's that movie called?
Rosencrantz. And Guildenstern Are Dead. And it's him and Tim Roth, who were best friends. They came up together.
Yeah.
Obviously, Gary Oldman went a little bit further, but I love Tim Roth too.
Yeah. He was in Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs, yeah, and Pulp Fiction.
Oh, sorry. Can I throw one more on my?
Yeah, of course.
On my honorable mention, Michael Caine.
Okay.
Michael Caine. Yeah.
Italian Job. He was the lead in that. The original. The good one. And
I don't know the remake.
The remake is okay. It's okay. I'm just saying that I like the original.
Is that with
much
Mark
better.
Wahlberg?
Yeah.
That's okay.
But he's also kind of like that guy. He can be a leader. He can be, but he's also a great character actor too.
Oh, we gotta watch Secondhand Lions.
Oh yeah,
he's in that too.
Michael Caine?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm like writing, furiously writing down like stuff I need to have.
Yeah, we're sorry. Eric, continue.
So yeah, other roles that he was in. There's another movie called Prick Up Your Ears from 1987. He plays a gay playwright. And, that's a really good one.
Never heard of that. Yeah.
Immortal Beloved, you remember that one? He played Beethoven.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, that's him.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's.
I think I watched that in
killer
school.
role. Yeah, 94. So we were all in school.
Yeah.
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
That's who else was in that too? Because that was a pretty star-studded movie.
Keanu Reeves was in it.
Anthony Hopkins, Winona Ryder.
Yeah. That was a stack, and that was
I almost said Tom Cruise, but that was Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah. With Brad Pitt.
I think a lesser film.
Yeah. But my favorite role of
Interview with the Vampire, I think, was worse than Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Really?
Yeah. That's just my personal opinion, but
I would disagree. But it was hard. Yeah.
Then again,
I preferred Interview.
I
with the
wasn't big
Vampire
on either. I gotta say.
Then again, like I go back, like I think the 1934 Dracula with Bela Lugosi is the best one. But that's
the definitive. Is the definitive Dracula.
Yeah. And my favorite role of Gary Oldman is True Romance. He was in it for like maybe 4 minutes tops, but he played Drexel, the pimp. You guys don't remember?
Who else is in that movie?
True Romance?
Yeah.
Oh god, that's another stack movie. Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette, and then Dennis Hopper, Christopher Walken, James Gandolfini, Michael Rappaport, and who was the other guy?
I haven't seen that in years. Like I said, that was like when I was a kid.
Who played Balky Bartokomous in Perfect Strangers?
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking.
You know what I'm talking about? He was in that, which is the coup de grace.
Oh my
gosh.
But that's a stack movie, and that's a Quentin Tarantino script that Tony Scott adapted. Was it Tony Scott? Yeah, Tony Scott adapted it. He directed it, but it was
Christian Slater.
He's the lead. Him and
It's like is he like that weird is he a weird kind of like outcast character?
Yeah. They're on the run. Him and Patricia Arquette, who plays Alabama.
Right.
And Christian Slater's Clarence Worley. And they're kind of running from because they have what was the story? They end up with a briefcase full of cash. That's the mobs, and the mobs after them.
Okay.
Yeah. And James Gandolfini, that's the role I think that was his kind of who the fuck is this guy? Yeah. He's only in it again for like 4 minutes. I was like, damn, this guy is such an amazing actor. So I would definitely put that on. That goes higher on the list, I would say.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah.
And, I watched it like probably when I was like much younger. So like, I wasn't thinking like, oh, these are great actors.
Right. Yeah. Actually, a lot of them weren't even big yet.
Yeah.
You just look back, it's like, holy shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about American Graffiti. It's like, oh crap, a lot of big stars.
Yeah. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should throw him on my list too.
I know.
He's so freaking good.
Yeah, he's so good.
Also, another guy is like you probably saw off his own leg for the role.
For my left foot,
he probably did.
There's funny. There's a in The Simpsons. There's James Woods was he was playing a character as like, and when he was like one of the episodes that he was in, he was talking about like his. When he was trying to fill in the role for the Quickie Mart, he was talking about like his all his roles, like he's sharing off all his roles that he had done. It's like in True Believer, I actually became a lawyer to be for the role, and it's like
that's a good one.
And it's like in Chaplin, I actually traveled back in time. It's like I've said too much. It's kind of
he was interviewing for the position of the clerk at the Quickie Mart, and then he was like rattling off his resume. And it's like I said too much.
Yeah.
My favorite movies Daniel Day-Lewis, he has so many.
Lincoln is really good.
Last of the Mohicans, My Left Foot.
That's right. He was in The Last of the Mohicans.
Yeah.
I totally forget about that.
He's played The Last of the Mohicans.
God, I totally forget about
My Left Foot. Age of Innocence, which is great, which is actually a sleeper Scorsese film. It's a period piece.
Which one was that one?
Age of Innocence.
Age of Innocence.
And Michelle Pfeiffer's in that too. I love Michelle Pfeiffer. In the Name of the Father, the IRA movie.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
What was his last movie that he did? That
Phantom Thread. That's his last movie, and he said he retired after that.
Yeah.
We'll see. And then
is it me or do you get the sense like they only made that movie so they could make the trailer?
Phantom Thread?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know much about that movie. I heard it's really good though.
I haven't seen it, but
it's P.T. Anderson, right?
Oh, I think so.
I think it is P.T. Anderson.
It looks like a P.T. Anderson.
Yeah, it does. It's just about a fashion designer.
Yeah. But it's weird because it looks like they made that movie just so they can make the trailer.
Probably. The Boxer, which allegedly he had retired after that in '97, and he stopped doing movies for 5 years.
Right.
And you know the whole story about him becoming a cobbler. He was just making shoes in Italy, and come 2002. Scorsese wants to make Gangs of New York, and he wrote the part of Bill Butcher for Daniel Day-Lewis.
I really have to revisit Gangs of New York. I haven't seen that, and I watched that when it came out, and then
his role as Bill the Butcher was God.
Yeah, see, that's a movie that I watched that when it came out. I didn't appreciate it at the time. I think I would appreciate it now.
It's not the best movie, but it just to watch Daniel Day-Lewis in that role is worth the 2.5, 3 hours. It's a long movie.
I think
Liam Neeson's that.
Yeah, I think
in the beginning, he plays Leo's dad.
I think I would appreciate that film now more than I did then.
Yeah, I think so.
But it seems like Daniel Day-Lewis is like kind of like the Rolling Stones of like movies.
I know, right?
Like keep saying, farewell tour, last time ever.
Yeah.
Like 3 years later, all right, this time for real.
But I love that story.
He's probably a guy like where you meet his quota and like he'll do it.
Right. Scorsese went looking for him and nobody really knew where he was. And he was in this really like rundown Italian village making shoes.
Right.
That's what he was doing. Like he chose to do that.
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
What a weirdo.
And rumor has it that they had to shoot Gangs of New York in Italy. In Rome. So a lot of those scenes are actually in Italy, not New York.
No shit.
Because Daniel Day-Lewis didn't want to leave Italy. So they moved the production there for him. Wow. Which is what I read. I don't know if it's true, but it sounds like something that...
something that can happen.
So it's a spaghetti western almost in a sense.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
Spaghetti gang film.
And then Keanu Reeves.
Okay. So
what? Okay. Okay.
This was a tough list for me. But Keanu Reeves has to go on because he's a great actor, I think. But I just love his movies.
No,
he's one of my favorites.
I'm not knocking Keanu Reeves.
No.
I love Keanu
and I'm not making excuses.
I'm just like I wouldn't have put him on my list because there's a lot of times where I think he's a better actor now than he was when he was younger.
I think he played whatever role was in front of him.
Because I think when he was younger, he was just trying to get whatever he could. Because I would not recommend like Bram Stoker's to
not his role,
not to anyone because of that, because of his performance. Yeah. But once he's kind of like found like his, he could do because I think you're right, he is very talented.
Yeah, he's very versatile. He can do comedy, he can do action, he can do drama,
right?
He can do it all.
Yeah.
Okay, give me your reasons why you have Keanu Reeves on your list.
On my list. So you're gonna make me explain myself. Again, it's this was a tough list for me because do I go based on acting thespian chops or does it just move actors I love? I love Keanu Reeves because a lot of his movies are one of my favorite movies.
And that's
my own Private Idaho actually came out in '91 with River Phoenix, Gus Van Sant movie.
I've never heard of this or seen it.
Oh, it's so good. And he actually early on, that's when you saw him as an actor. This was was it right around the same year that Bill and Ted's came out, but it's such a different role. So I think it's River Phoenix's last role. Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me. It's a very powerful movie. But then I love Speed. Like
Speed is good.
Speed
Yeah,
is
Speed is
awesome.
great.
Yeah, such
Speed
a
is
fun movie, and
great.
he's great in that.
Right?
It's not a demanding role,
it's
but
like-
yeah.
Oh man, it's like it's not on a boat, but it's on a bus. It's awesome.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know you, man.
Yeah.
I'm not here for
Great
you,
Dennis Hopper
man.
film too.
It is, yeah. And Sandra Bullock. You fall in love with Sandra
Sandra
Bullock in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah. There was Replacements. Remember that football movie?
Mm.
Yep.
I thought he was great in that.
Mm.
Street Kings, that kind of went under the radar.
That did.
David
really did.
Ayer, who
Yeah.
wrote Training Day.
Yeah.
Antoine Fuqua directed it, but David Ayer wrote and directed Street Kings. That was his first
Yeah.
directorial debut.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was a great movie.
It
kind of went under the radar.
It
though.
did.
I need to rewatch that.
Hugh Laurie's in
Yeah.
that movie too.
Yeah.
In his American accent. It's so crazy because I think that whenever he does his British accent, it's like, why are you doing your British accent?
Exactly. Yeah. John Wick obviously is so
John
fun.
Wick, yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
great.
it's great.
So good,
I need to watch the third one. I haven't seen the third one.
It's so good.
I
you would
need-
think
I'm
it's
gonna
like,
re-
where
I'm gonna
are they
rewatch-
going to go? But it's
I'm gonna rewatch the trilogy.
Yeah.
Although there's gonna be more.
there's going to be more.
which is
That's
great.
right. It's a huge franchise.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Yeah.
And then obviously, Point Break.
Point Break.
Johnny
I like him.
Utah,
Greatest-
man.
greatest
Johnny
movie of all time.
Utah.
Johnny Utah.
I mean Johnny Utah. I love him in The Matrix. He's great there
Oh, yeah,
too.
Matrix, yeah.
Matrix.
That's another one. So yeah, I think
That's a role that I really knew Keanu Reeves
Yeah.
was from The Matrix. That was like when I oh man, this guy's cool. Yeah, and but yeah, Point Break is great.
Yeah. And I like how
I
he
would-
carries
but to
himself.
see-
The whole thing, he's a nice guy, which is probably true. But
Yeah.
his whole story is there's a lot of tragedy.
Yeah,
there's a lot of heartbreak.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's
him losing his daughter.
Yeah, and then the girlfriend the same year.
Mm.
Yeah,
it just when I think of his acting prowess,
Mhm.
I think he's great now.
Mhm.
I don't think some of his early roles he was I think he was learning on the job.
yeah.
Oh no, for sure he was.
Because I think
he's on
some
my
of his
list.
early
He's
stuff,
not. I'm not saying he's on the caliber of Daniel Day-Lewis.
Right, I know. Yeah, I mean,
But-
when you start off, being the love interest in a Paula Abdul music video.
Holy shit, that's true.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Oh my god,
That is awesome. I love that
that's
you
a
know
deep,
that.
That's a deep dive right there.
I know.
Deep dive.
that's a deep
Holy
cut.
shit. And then he did Parenthood after that, huh?
That's right.
Wait, did
That's when he kind of broke out. Well, not broke out. That's when you first started seeing him.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Or wait, that's at least when you recognize him. It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah. And then Bill and Ted's.
Mhm.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking you on your choice.
better
I'm
not.
Just I'm just I'm
It's like
I'm a
huge
little
judgment.
I'm just a
Yeah.
little surprised. That's all.
Yeah. It was a tough list for me.
Mm.
Okay, I'll move on. Number 4 is Korean actor Che Min-sik Choi. He played Old Boy.
Oh, that's
He is globally, I think, one of the
Mm.
best actors of our time. He is. Yeah, Old Boy obviously is amazing.
Old Boy,
in that.
yes, and the only other role that I know him, at least in a Western movie, is Lucy. He
Yeah,
plays
he was in Lucy.
he plays the
Yeah.
Korean gangster boss.
Yeah. And but his other movies, he's just so riveting and
But
powerful.
even in Old Boy, it's just like, man, the performance is so powerful.
so powerful. Yeah, and a lot of people compare him to Al Pacino because he has that intensity
Mm.
and that voice and that
Mm.
growl. But I think he's a little bit more. He has a little more depth, I want to say, than Al
Mhm.
Pacino. And I love the story that he got the equivalent of an Academy Award in Korea for Old Boy for
Mhm.
Best Actor.
Right.
And when they decided to remake Old Boy, I think Spike Lee did it, right?
Yeah.
He gave it back in protest. He said, if you're going to remake this movie, I'm going to give back my Oscar
Wow.
because you should not be touching this movie.
Yeah. Oh, I saw it.
He
It's-
hated that. And I love that story. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
shit. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
have to-
No, but the remake, it was trash.
criminal.
It was
Yeah.
trash.
It was garbage.
I didn't
It was
watch. I
trash.
refused to watch it.
I
That and
watched it-
Point Break. I refused to watch.
I watched it out of mere curiosity,
Mhm.
and I was so let down. I was like angry. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
There's a lot of Spike Lee movies where I'm like,
Yeah.
There's a few good ones, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, why didn't you just release the
He's-
Korean version?
yeah.
I know.
He's
Why not?
Why not?
It still holds up.
Yeah.
He's probably the most overrated director in Hollywood. The
Spike Lee?
mainstream Hollywood directors.
When he
Yeah.
hits though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
he has
but he has a lot of
some
misses.
big hits.
He's kind of like Michael Mann
Mm.
in the sense that when he hits, he hits.
Right.
But Michael Mann has a lot of duds too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And he's another one of those directors, like when you get the right actors around you, because he's not a great director, but when you have the right actors, it makes a great movie.
Yeah.
Because Michael Mann is kind of that way too, where it's like I think he knows that he's not like the best director, but it's like I can't lose if I have Robert De Niro and Al Pacino in my film. Although I will say, like, whoever directed Wyatt Earp should how you have a movie with Kevin Costner, Gene Hackman, and like a lot of like Michael Madsen and all. How you miss on a film with those guys? Like you suck.
Yeah, and then Tombstone came out the same year and nailed it.
Yeah. Well, and funny story about that. Kevin Costner turned down Tombstone and did Wyatt Earp.
That's true.
Idiot.
Moron.
But I'm glad. I'm glad he did because Kurt Russell got that role and he was so much better.
But what if Kevin Costner did do Tombstone?
I don't think Tombstone would have been a hit.
I don't know.
No, it would not have been.
Probably not.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I love Kevin Costner. He's great.
Val Kilmer performance, which was probably one of the best performances.
He is the best. He is the best.
Val Kilmer crafted the coolest fucking character in movies.
Yeah, that is one of the best performances on celluloid.
It's like, what are you gonna do?
You wasn't even nominated.
Yeah, it's like, no, what are you gonna do? You're drunk. It's like, that's why I got 2 guns. I'll shoot both of you.
Such a.
And don't get me wrong, like, because you had
but he's not a leading man, so he didn't make my list.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just Wyatt Earp.
I
know. I did because when we reviewed Tombstone, I did Wyatt Earp, and I also did like Shootout at the OK Corral. Shootout at the OK Corral with Burt Lancaster and Kirk Douglas, which is pretty good. I like that one. Wyatt Earp, avoid. With it's don't waste 3 hours of your life like I did.
So pissed off. He was so pissed off that he watched it.
I gave an extra half star to Tombstone because it's not Wyatt Earp.
Speaking of which, and this will probably connect later. Have you guys watched Yellowstone yet?
No, but I'm interested.
Taylor Sheridan.
Taylor Sheridan. Yeah. I am interested in checking that out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously,
it's on Hulu, right?
Yeah.
Yellowstone. Okay, I'm gonna.
Yellowstone.
Yeah. God, it's a TV series.
Oh, it's a TV series?
I think they're on the 3rd season.
Yeah, 3rd season.
I heard it's amazing.
Yeah. I heard great things about that movie.
I seen some scenes from it. It's like, oh shit, I could get into this. Yeah.
Kevin Costner, I need to rewatch just for the sake of rewatching it is probably Waterworld. Yeah.
I was joking when I said that.
No, I'm serious. Like, because
isn't that considered his worst movie or one of the worst movies ever?
That movie had a shit ton of problems.
I never watched it.
But I don't think it's a bad movie though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like because I remember I watched it, I liked it, and now that have a much more like critical lens when I'm watching movies, like I kind of want to give it a rewatch.
Maybe.
I don't think it's a bad movie. Also, a Dennis Hopper film.
Yeah, another Dennis
he's in that.
Yeah,
he's in it.
He's the big bad.
Oh, okay. I love Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
And okay, my last one, number 5 is if you were surprised by Keanu, then you might be surprised by this one. Adam Sandler.
Okay,
Dark Horse.
Yeah, Dark Horse.
So I'm assuming you're thinking of like movies like Punch Drunk Love,
I'm thinking of Billy Madison,
Click,
Happy Gilmore, Big Daddy. I think they're all great.
Yeah,
and I know
I like his comedies. Like
I just love watching his movies, and I love him. I think what he is made to do, he just kills.
The movie I like him the best in, Funny People.
I haven't seen that movie.
I haven't seen that one actually.
That's the one. That's the one. He has cancer, right? And
yes,
I thought I've seen every.
I think that movie. I think that movie is about like the industry of comedy.
That movie is his best film.
Really?
Easily.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I remember it.
It's very dark.
Yeah, he's like this. Like kind of like it's kind of gives you the
because yes,
the course.
It does have
a comedian who like starts off as doing like stand up and then gets like the movie deal and then becomes like big and famous.
It is comedic, but it is very dark and it's a dramatic role.
Okay,
it's his best role.
Nice,
hands down.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah, gotta check it out.
But yeah, Punch Drunk Love, he was great in. Uncut Gems.
I have not seen that yet.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
But although James does recommend it highly.
What is it?
James recommends Uncut Gems.
Oh yeah. That's great. Yeah, that's a great one. But I mean, I also love him in all his other movies.
Yeah,
I'm shocked by your living actor list.
Yeah, Like
I would have not. I would not have expected Adam Sandler. I would not have expected Keanu Reeves on
yeah,
the list.
I looked at the challenge as just actors who I like watching.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not who I think are the best actors per se. But
okay,
people are probably surprised that I didn't throw like Robert De Niro or Al Pacino on my list because
actually didn't even make my honorable mentions.
Because to me, Robert De Niro is great. Don't get me wrong, I love Robert De Niro, but he's kind of a one-trick guy. Like he hit. Yeah, I think Joe Pesci is a better actor than Robert De Niro.
He has more range, I think,
because Robert De Niro, when he's in his lane, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Maybe Midnight Run is probably his most like out of reach like role.
Yeah,
but like I said, we've talked about this like not on the podcast, but Joe Pesci. Actually, I think we did when we did our Irishman review, like where Joe Pesci like deserves. Oh,
that's right. We did the Irishman review.
Where Joe Pesci deserves a lot more credit. He's a great actor.
He's great. Yeah, I love him.
And
my cousin Vinny.
Oh yeah,
dude, that movie is.
I love that movie.
Great.
The fence's case hold water.
Marisa Tomei.
I see why she won the Oscar for that movie. She's a tasty slice too.
Another I love with Adam Sandler the fact that when he does a movie, it's like he has the attitude of if I eat, all my friends eat. You know?
Yeah, no, that's why he hires all his friends,
his family,
dude, and they like never have to work a day in their life.
He's always taking care of everyone,
right?
Yeah,
well, yeah, and it's not like charity where he's just giving them money, but it's like he puts them in the movie, so then they get the checks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and that's great. His family too, his nephews, his wife, and then I stumbled across this YouTube video.
Like even his dog.
Even his dog, yeah, exactly. Who has his own agent.
Yeah.
And I know Joe Rogan talks about Adam Sandler a lot too recently during COVID. But what was I gonna say? Adam Sandler,
funny, hires his friends.
Oh, I lost my train. I had it. Oh no. Okay, I found a YouTube video. Some guy, he must have been bored, but. Like the Marvel universe, everything kind of connects.
Yeah.
He made a huge an analysis that all of Adam Sandler's movie
is in the same universe.
Same universe.
And he made all these connections from every single movie. I'm like, holy shit, this makes so much sense.
I mean,
you had to.
I'll
link
it to you guys. I'll text it to you guys.
Link it.
It makes a lot of sense.
other than using like the same like actors and stuff.
No, yeah. Like the characters and like the stories and the settings and everything all connects.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, wow, you smoke a lot of weed, dude.
Yeah. I mean, there's some people that like they beautiful mind that stuff. It's like, and Russell Crowe also should be on this list too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Russell Crowe.
So I'll just rattle off my honorable mentions. No particular order. Chevy Chase. It's very close to being in my top 5.
Okay.
I see him more as a character actor, but okay, yeah.
Yeah. Denzel Washington. Tom Cruise.
Okay, all right.
Vince Vaughn. I love Vince Vaughn.
He was great in the I don't know if you're familiar with the HBO series
True Detective.
True Detective, thank you. Yeah, he is fantastic.
The second season.
Yes, he people like shit on that second season. It's so good. I liked it.
It's just so different from the first one.
Yeah, well, they're all different. It's kind of like an anthology of stories. It's. I loved. The first season with Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson.
A high bar.
Was so good.
Yeah,
but the one with Vince Vaughn was very good.
I thought it was great.
Yeah,
I liked it. Vince Vaughn, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
This is a dark horse, but I love this guy, Tadanobu Asano.
What has he been in?
Japanese guy.
Obviously.
Ichi the Killer.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he's in a lot of Western movies too. He was in not Pearl Harbor, Battleship. He was in Midway recently.
Okay, the new Midway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was in that Jared Leto movie, The Outsider. He played the Japanese Yakuza. Yeah, he's in a lot of Western movies. He's really good. He's a really powerful actor. Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Sean Penn. Tom Hardy. Nick Nolte. I love Nick Nolte. And Viggo Mortensen.
Wow, okay.
I consider him a lead because he's been in a couple leading roles that are very strong. So yeah, that's my.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my list.
Interesting. Okay.
This has been interesting. Like your list, it surprised me.
It was hard.
Yeah, this is definitely hard.
Yeah.
I think there was like a few like where we kind of like, okay, I know where you're gonna go. I know where Andy's gonna go.
Yeah.
You guys probably knew where I was gonna go, but I think we had a few surprisers on this one.
I think so. Yeah.
Both on our dead and living list.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And not surprising, we doubled our time goal. We were supposed to keep it under.
We went over 30 minutes, but
whatever. A little.
I mean, we're still within the range.
But like once again, guys, share your list with us. Like
yes,
go through this exercise. Maybe you agree with us, maybe you don't agree with us.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like we want to hear who your favorite living and dead leading male actors are. Eventually we're gonna get to maybe our female list and
I think we should,
our character actors at some point.
That'll be a hard one too.
Yeah, those are both really hard. But yeah, no, we'd like to hear what you guys have to say about your favorite actors. Go ahead and this is the end of the episode, so go ahead and follow us on our social media accounts: Twitter @PodcastCOJ, Letterboxd @PodcastCOJ, and Instagram Circle of Jerks Podcast. Eric, where can they follow you, man?
I'm on Instagram @EricNamLA, EricNamLA.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and follow Eric, follow us, comment on the episode. We'd love to hear from you. We do interact. So, good, bad, ugly, we love it. That's the episode. We will be back with we're doing another episode, so we'll be back here very shortly on another episode. And so we will see you in a few minutes. All right.
Deuces.
Speaking of which, no, I'm just kidding.